Hi, folks. Welcome back to Bards of New York, the actual play D&D podcast where sometimes we actually play D&D. And you'll notice, when you're watching this, you will notice we are not in the studio, and it's not the usual crew. I have with me here today the distinct pleasure of playing D&D once again with Woody Minshew and Drew Nauden. How you feeling, boys?
I'm feeling good.
Fantastic.
I'm feeling fresh. Open that shit up.
Yeah.
Didn't even hear it. You know what?
Oh! I heard that.
Oh.
Dead silent.
I'm feeling
Silence.
good. I'm very excited.
Good.
I haven't played D&D since the last time I did.
Since the moment we will be recovering from
Yep.
this very afternoon.
So it's like going through that dark abyss just lasted 5 months.
Yeah, maybe it did.
I haven't played D&D since the session before the last.
The penultimate Nightmare Crew session?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Crazy. Well, that's about to fucking change today. Hope you got your dice ready. Now, speaking retroactively...
They've been rolling well.
Oh, fuck, you know what? I haven't been rolling well. Let me roll these d20s. Ooh, that's a 5 and a 9. You guys are going to be in luck today. Okay.
Your bad ones out just now.
Retroactively speaking, when you guys are watching or listening to this episode, this is a new thing we're trying to do. It's obviously not being done live because all three of us are in different places. But funnily enough, I've been alluding to it for months now. This has been our plan since the very beginning. Since I can't remember the day that the Rusted Tomb episode aired, but since that moment where you heard Drew's voice, the sultry dulcet tones coming over the speakers, this has been in the works. And today we are finally able, hopefully, as a holiday Christmas special, to air the first part of what we've been affectionately calling Carry On My Üthevhenan Son, the supernatural styled quests of these two edgy rogues. Okay. Hannah is...
Should we talk to Monument Studios and have them make us a remixed version of that?
I'm not going to say no.
Hey, Monument Studios, make us a remixed version of that one song that I won't name.
I'm going to start with a role-played warm-up question.
We'll work it, Drew.
This is no longer to sound check because we've kind of done that already. This is...
It's going to be as good as it's going to be.
Yeah. You'll notice, we were calling this earlier, this is a throwback session to the days of old because we are running by the seat of our trousers here today. It took us 3 hours to figure out how to get this to work. 3 idiots in 3 separate sheds trying to figure out how to stream together, but we got there, kinda.
Leave it at that. It's just because we weren't together. It's harder to do things.
Oh, yeah. It's been so long since we've done it like this.
Sure it is.
Yeah. All right.
I'm going to give you a role-play warm-up question to help you guys drop into your D&D characters for the first time together. And we're going to do this classic, old school. The question of the day is, as a child, before falling into whatever familial patterns and traditions you fell into, as a child, what was your dream job? What was your aspiration? What did you want to be when you grew up? And I'm going to start with... you know what? I'm going to put you on the spot. Woody, go for it.
Right. For Sal, he definitely, growing up, he loved horses. He still does, horses. So I'd say that he'd want to be a horse master, the animal husbandry of horses. He'd want to train them, breed them, take care of them, and make the best horses this side of Üthevhenan. What's that river?
The Gilanaris.
The Gilanaris.
Yeah.
I love that it's essentially...
Go ahead.
And I was just going to shit on you and say it's Salvador, canonically a horse girl, Montebank.
Have you seen his hair?
Yes,
Obviously.
yes.
I need to make my playlist for Sal because it's like all like moody pop boy music.
With maybe one hit from the soundtrack of Dances with Wolves.
Absolutely. No, it's just the title song of Last of the Mohicans.
Great. Not problematic at all. Perfect and excellent.
Hey, DDL 8 in that one. I don't even like DDL.
Drew, speak to me.
Yeah, I know definitely before going into his current position, loved the water, loved the sea, loved the ocean. So he probably would have loved to be a shipwright.
Sure.
Building ships and not being on the ocean. I just made that up off the top of my head. So
no, but I like that. I like that each of you.
A sailor.
There was something that's like so heartfelt from both of you. There was like a passion that drove each of you as kids that has had to have been put to the sideline for the sake of your people and your nation, which is kind of spicy. I'm gonna put you on the spot more in a bit, Drew, because this is about to be your first debut in Dark Age and your character's real live first appearance, and that's gonna be fun. But
whoa! There's the character art right there.
Look!
It's right there. It's right there.
Somewhere or maybe it's over in this direction, or down here. Who's to say? Before we get there, we are going to pull a tarot card. Now, by the time this is aired, we will have gone through the final bit of Dan's long-running nonsense and finally pulled the Hermit, the last of the Arcana to be pulled since we started airing Dark Age. And I've been teasing that we're going to maybe use a new deck for the new year, and we are, but it's starting here today. So this deck I've had it for forever. I got it from the Cloisters Museum here in New York. This is the Medieval Scapini Tarot deck. It's based on the first ever discovered tarot deck, centuries ago. Some of the names of the Arcana are a little different, but it's all the same number, same set. And Drew, you are going to pull this for us. So I'm going to shuffle a little bit more, and then I'm going to start doing my normal thing where I flip the cards down onto the table and you tell me where to stop. So, here we go. That was 2. I cannot fucking believe it. I absolutely cannot fucking believe it. It's the Hermit. I can't believe it. It writes itself.
Wait. Can you text Dan right now?
Oh my God.
I'm literally gonna call him. No, he's just got into a show, I think.
Yeah, he's doing his
That is the funniest thing that could have possibly happened, because that means that the Hermit is now removed for the entirety of the next run.
The next, how many episodes?
20-something episodes, yeah. That is so... And it oh my God, it serves as like a great bookend in between the campaigns as well. Speaking of where we're picking off, Hermit represents essentially like solitude and the discoveries you make within yourself, right? Soul searching, seeking introspection, the knowledge that comes from within or from being left and abandoned on your own. And in Sal's case, I think it is exceptionally poignant, seeing that he has just been stripped away of everything he was working towards. The Hermit. Absolutely unbelievable pull. The cards never lie.
Unbelievable.
Fucking insane. And with that, I'm gonna say, let's roll our bean footage.
The gods are silent. The skies grow dim with disuse. The sun has lost its luster. But our world moves ever faster. Let it be known throughout the Prime that the mantle falls to us, my Üthevhenan, to usher in a new age.
The beans.
The beans have been rolled. So,
Man, those beans, those are refried. They've been rolled so hard.
yeah, absolutely. God damn. Let me welcome you back. For sure and for serious this time. Make sure my notes are in order. To the world and surrounding realms of Regolus Prime. We are picking up where we left off some real-world months ago on the 8th day of Kyrest in the year 1013 DH, the era of dimmed heavens, where a group of fledgling legionnaires to the Copper Legion in the Phaleria branch of the Copper Legion had completed the second stage of their entrance exam, had dived through the depths of the rusted tomb, had defeated the Shade of Gorwyn, envy of the Forgotten King, and returned to the surface with their pieces of copper. And it was moments after that where a globule of seemingly living shadow seemed to encapsulate the fledgling legionnaire known as Salvador Mountebank, the half-elf, not class-wise, but sort of charming swashbuckler, if you will, of the group. And from this living shadow emerged another figure, a Dalarai elf that seemed to capture Sal in the shadows before wrenching them back through the dark, disappearing from the ridge on the southeastern coast of the Prime. And for a while now, that was the last that anybody had heard from Sal or this mysterious shadowy figure. And today, as the camera pans down, it pans down not onto a ridge in the sun-baked coast of the lifeless sea, but into a deep, dark thicket in the Heart Wilds. The core of the Vensar, the sprawling forest that takes up the bulk of the majority of the center of the Prime continent. And it is here in this dark, well-shaded grove. Barely even a clearing, it's still very thickly populated with trees, but the trees have been aligned in such a way that there's enough space for an encampment in the middle of them. The canopy overhead blocking out much of the mid-afternoon sunlight. This dappled, dim light sort of filtering its way through the leaves here, as another pool of living shadow forms. This time stemming not from the shadows of a large building, but from the ornately and painstakingly etched lines of a ritual circle in the middle of this grove, offset by a large, almost wagon with a sail on it, with a couple, harnesses and straps that would seem to tie this wagon, this elven wagon, to some animals to pull it. But this ritual circle pools with shade. Around it stand One second. Now I have to make sure I have my facts straight. We have 3 other people surrounding this ritual circle, almost channeling the shadow back into the grooves of the ritualistic carving as the shadow coalesces and congeals and being pulled, wrenched through this liquid shadow, these 2 figures emerge. Sal, now completely bound and wrapped in the shadow, you are absolutely restrained in place. And the figure emerging behind the restrained Sal, Keno. Before we go any further, would you care to describe yourself?
So, Keno is... You can't see much of his face. He's got a almost dark red mask covering his mouth. He's got this icy blue-white hair. It's kind of... it's got a shade cut on the side. It's kind of like longer on the top. You can see his longer elven ears and his chocolatey, coppery skin. He's wearing pretty much all black, the Regent's uniform, which I guess you don't know what the Regents are, really, but
you will.
You'll learn. And armor pieces here and there. Yeah, he's got a very even look on his face. Very, very calculated person.
Perfect. Okay. So, as you emerge, Keno, still almost channeling some of that shadow yourself to keep Sal bound, still drawing on the magic of the ritual that sent you to the Rusted Tomb and that brought you back, there's immediate commotion from the 3 other regents surrounding this, surrounding the ritual circle. And where is he? The taller of the 3 in, I'm not going to call it like dark black leather plate armor, but it's the more heavy duty armor that regents wear. It's closer to plate made of leather. Again, just deeply steeped in black dye. This black, almost wolf fur mantled cloak billowing over. You would know this to be your uncle Ryko, captain of Squad Stygian. The second the pair of you are back, he pipes up. Is that him?
Is this him?
Is my mouth bound at all, or am I...
I will let you decide that, Keno. Would you have... I believe in the last moments, part of the drawing Sal back was covering Sal's mouth, but in the transition, the instant transition through the dark, would you have kept that mouth binding there?
I would have let him go. The mouth covering probably was just to secretly take him away from him.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I think you're free to speak, Sal.
I look him up and down. I kind of take in the other 2 and feel Keno there behind me. I just go, I haven't been in a situation like this in a while.
At that comment, first of all, just to describe to you what your situation surroundings look like. Again, you're in this dark grove, very densely wooded area. This, what you would actually recognize, obviously you know it, Keno, it's part of your group, but Sal, you would instantly recognize it's like, it looks like it's essentially a sailboat with wheels on it that's been crafted out of, the sail is patchwork leathers and finely tanned animal skins. The boat chassis looks very naturally made using hollowed out tree trunks and such. This is a Dalarai Aravel. This is the way that many parts of Dalarai clans will be able to maneuver through the wood with ease without tiring themselves out, without having to do everything on foot. And while this is not just your average group of Dalarai, it still is clearly a mode of transit by which they got here. The 3 people around you, the one who spoke with that brogue I already described, tall, again, that's all 3 of them have varying shades of that Keno's same like coppery chocolate colored skin. This taller one, the one who had spoke, their hair is pulled very tightly back, like very close cropped, clean, professional. They clearly have some hood that they haven't put up yet, but it's a large hood available to them. On either side of them, around this ritual circle, there is another Dalarai man and another Dalarai woman, both on the younger side compared to the clearly middle-aged elven man, the gruff one. The male Dalarai looks suspiciously similar to your assailant. Very, very, very similar. Some features, they're not, like, I would say identical, but there's a clear and immediate familial resemblance between the two of them. And for the woman, again, clearly part of the same family, though their features are a little softer. And their eyes, they have longer, almost like naturally pale gray hair, and their gaze is far away. They look as if they are looking at you and at the situation, and not at the same time. I don't want to call him a boy, but he is the younger of the two men here.
The boy.
He has this sort of kind of surprised, almost wide-eyed expression at what's going on, whereas the older gentleman is very, very stern and severe. Speaking of which, that older gentleman, your uncle, Keno, does he have any proof? Has he spoken about Kaelin?
No, not yet. I just brought him here.
This
I can't put my arms up. Am I wrapped in shadow?
Yeah.
Okay. I just kind of like all jokes aside, I don't know what's happening here. So
you'll speak when spoken to.
That's a problem for me. My mouth runs.
Do you know why you're here?
I can only guess, but I think that's probably something to do with... nope, I have no idea why I'm here.
The woman speaks up. Then make your guess.
Well, a friend of mine ran into a group of regents like yourselves on a bridge entering in. I had a dream, so to speak, of it, a vision. So I'm assuming it's something about my friend, and that you were looking for somebody about her, but I don't know. That's my biggest guess.
At that, oh, hi, yes. The gentleman looks to you, Keno. Keep him held. And he peels away from the ritual circle, up the ramp into the Aravel. Is there for a moment before dragging out from the inside cabin of the Aravel, your comrade, Sal. They drag Canisa, bound in chains of shadow, out from the inside, sort of just displaying them to you. Remind me, is Canisa... Oh,
Booty needed to say hi.
Oh my
Booty, say hi.
goodness.
Say hi. Get off me. Ow, ow.
Oh, hey.
Booty wants to play.
Yeah.
Remind me, is Canisa an Iskari?
Ooh, that's a great... it's been a while. I want to say Canisa is... Let me look at my notes. Are they in here? No.
Yes,
No.
yes, Canisa is.
Yeah, I think I'm quite... Yeah, they were. Yeah, and Ben is...
Ben is an elf, yeah.
Yeah.
So the gentleman who was identified briefly as Raiko drags out Canisa, who's again bound mouth, arms, and feet in shadow, and she is looking surly, displeased.
I immediately try to connect and speak in her mind.
What do you say?
Are you hurt? Like, what are like? Are you? How are you?
I've been better. These assholes think we took one of them. Did you?
I was about to ask you the same thing.
No,
I know Ben didn't.
They took me to get to you.
All right. It wasn't you, and it wasn't me.
She's about to communicate again, and Raiko throws her back into the hold of the Aravel. I know your tricks. None of that.
They're not really tricks, but okay, I hear you. I'll speak out loud now.
While you're having this conversation, the younger guy here, he's going to sort of move into the now fading ritual circle to put his hand on your back, Keno. You all right?
All right.
This is him, right?
Seems to be. This is the what are you guys called? Telenon? It's Tenelenon.
Tenelenon.
This was the only Tenelenon that was with the group. So I brought him.
Well, then that's all we can do, right? We're gonna. This is the first step to finding him.
Seems like we're still getting nowhere. It seems like he knows nothing.
I think you're right there. I have no idea what's going on. Oh, all right. I can feel her hot breath on the back of my neck. So,
the woman with the sort of pale grey hair, she walks closer to you and kneels down, getting sort of eye level with you. My name is Corey. I am one of the regents here of God Stygian. She's gonna speak in Elven to you about doing this, actually. I am... you know what? Is that how she's gonna introduce herself? Yes. I'm Corey. Soon to be leader of the regents. She reaches into... She's essentially got this open-ended, or this V-shaped, like, classic Dalarai tunic dyed black with this flowy, half, like, robe bottom, half hammer pants, these, like, very sort of swishy, languid moving fabric that looks regal, but is clearly designed for very swift movement at a moment's notice. From the folds of her tunic, she pulls out this small stone disc, about like medallion sized, and it is emblazoned with the sigil of the Tenelenon. Do you recognize this?
I think I do, but I don't of the symbol. But I'm assuming I've never seen the medallion before in my life.
I mean, you've seen medallions. These are usually, you probably have one on you. Or maybe, I mean, you might have gotten rid of it during your hasty exit. But that's up to you.
I think I left. Did I leave it? I think I may have left it somewhere to somebody.
You may have.
But we can look.
Yeah. Either way, you would recognize these medallions are very commonplace for your teams.
Yes.
And at least from a glance, energetically, it's radiating, or like halfway radiating psychic wavelengths that are not dissimilar to your own. I would hope you could recognize it.
I reply in common. This is a item that almost any member of Tenelenon of a triad would have, but this isn't mine. I don't think it's mine, at least.
And yet, when we traced its wavelengths, the energies intermingled with it, it led us straight to you and to your triad. Why would that be?
Who's tracing the energies? Did you get the interns to do that? Maybe you should get somebody who's a bit more capable.
stepping down the
Are you
Aravel.
insulting? Are you insulting
Oh no,
us,
I'm
what we do?
not insulting you guys at all. I'm just saying that you got it wrong.
There are no interns, and we do not get anything wrong.
Oh, so everyone's paid?
No, everyone is specifically trained for what they do.
Rather
Right.
flippant for a captive and a criminal, says Raiko, stepping down the ramp of the Aravel.
Yeah, I give you that one. It's part of my nature at this point. I don't know what this is. I know what it is. I don't know why it's traced to me. Because it doesn't feel like mine, does it?
As I said, it feels a little like yours. There is.
As I said, I know what it is, but I don't know why it'd be connected to me. Why? Where did you find it? I'm happy to help you get to the bottom of this. There's a few members of the Üthevhenan who I'm not necessarily on the best terms with at the moment, and I'd be fine if you went and go kick their asses.
Let's put it this way. We found your amulet at the site of our family member and fellow regent's sudden abduction. You wouldn't happen to know anything about that, would you?
I haven't abducted any regents, I would say.
Really? So you weren't assigned on any missions in your recent history that would put you in direct opposition to our people?
Let's just say that I was asked to, and there's reasons people are mad at me.
I'm going to pull out a dagger.
Woo! Okay.
I'm going to hold it. I'm going to hold it to his throat. Answer directly.
Nice and sharp. I was given a mission, me and my team, Canisa, Üthevhenan. And we were set to abduct this person. We as a team decided it wasn't the right thing to do. So we left. We fled to Üthevhenan. To be honest with you, because obviously you guys got me surrounded and I'm not going to get past this. You guys could fuck me up right now. I have no reason to lie. I have reason to be a little shit because it's fun, but I have no reason to lie. So, I'm telling you, I'm not a part of Üthevhenan. This is actually the first time I've been in the Heart Wilds since I left.
I'm gonna need a persuasion check.
First roll in so many months. And good thing my persuasion is a +3.
How was that? That didn't look good.
It wasn't great. I think I am going to add my knack
Psychic
to
knack,
it,
yeah.
because that I am proficient in it. So, I'm just kind of like, I don't know. As I kind of like I'm saying my words and I see their faces, it's hitting me in a way where it's sinking down that they're not quite listening.
Yeah.
So I just kind of open, like, more so it's less than like trying to control them, but open up my brain for, like, if anybody wanted to probe me, they could.
I love it.
And it just kind of allows for more vulnerability in this truthfulness.
I'll tell you right here and right now, the older man, Raiko, is looking very hard at you. Tamrin, the younger man behind Keno, is sort of just like wary. It is Corey, the woman in front of you, who not only is visually locked into you, but you sense from her an empathetic, not even empathetic, a mental openness.
Cool. Then I'm really focusing on her because that total, I rolled a 2 and that brought my total to a 10. With the knack.
So
not good.
you feel the group of them just like bearing down on you. You can feel Keno's knife at your neck and go, gotta do something. So I think you just lock eyes with Corey. She's like these almost pale blue-gray eyes. And just try and let, if not your words land on her, let your genuine emotive sensation pass through.
Mm-hmm.
She leans back. She looks up towards you, Keno. You brought him in. Do you trust me to try something?
No, I always do.
We will be no further away from Kalen if this yields us nothing. But I sense truth within him. And this might clear the road. Raiko, walking closer now, clearly not at ease with this, but isn't speaking up. Unbind one of his hands. You do so? Okay.
Good. Mm-hmm.
She holds out the amulet towards you, Sal. If I give this to you, will you tell me what you see?
I'm as curious as you are at this point.
She places the sigil disc. I don't want to use the word sigil. The disc with the Üthevhenan emblem on it.
Mm-hmm.
She passes that to you. It's weighty in your hand. It feels cooler than it should. Like slightly colder to the touch than stone that's just been palmed by somebody for this long should. And it has a hum and a resonance to it. Something that has either been actively psychically imbued or enchanted in some way. What do you want to do with it?
I'd say I kind of look it over my hand and take it in. And do I recognize it at all? Like history check, recognize it, just to see if I know what it is.
Rote history. I could.
Or just like it's like if I could, or more like if I recall. Like it's not history. It's like do I recall it? It's like an intelligence save or something.
Yeah, I'm gonna say let's do an investigation check. Just as you examine it.
Fucking better. That's what I'm good at.
Damn it.
God damn it, I rolled a 4.
Trash!
Hey, but you're good at it.
Yeah,
I can clip the mic again, I forgot.
That brings my total to a 12.
A 12? Again, it is clearly a standard, like, Üthevhenan emblem, standard issue. It doesn't super feel like yours. It feels very, like, unused. And with a 12, I think that's all I'm going to give you just off the dome, off of a basic examination.
Just kind of looking at it, I'm like, this one seems pretty pristine. Most people will customize their own. Like they'll put notches for missions, or they'll put their initials. This one has nothing, which makes me think that this one is must have been planted.
Then why did it lead us to you?
I'm not even using any of my psychic brain powers, but I'm guessing that somebody wanted to frame me or bring you to me, and for some reason, I can try to see if I can see some history on this, but I do need both hands.
Corey looks to
Is that
Ryko.
is that true?
Roll me that fat insight,
Can I-
Drew.
Yeah. That will be 17.
17, I'm going to say that in your... Oh my god, look at that little spectre in the back there. In your studies of your traditional enemy, you have been aware that not all psychic talents manifest in the same way. People are specialized in different things. And there are those who are more attuned to the psychic memories of objects and items than others. And they do typically need to be in full physical contact with the item they're trying to examine. With a 17, that's how I'll phrase it.
Alright, I'll release his hand. Go there.
Ryko, again, standing slightly on the outskirts of the rest of the group of you. If this goes south, it's on you.
Understood, I have it under control.
Just folds his arm and watches. Your second hand is freed, Sal.
So with I'm holding the medallion in my right hand. With my left hand now free, I kind of stretch it out. I take a deep breath. I reach. I adjust my nuts. And without touching with my other hands, I'm gonna try a psychometric hit. I don't need your hands. Let's see if I can do it.
Sure. You can just see Ryko's jaw clench in the dappled light. I'm gonna have... Oh,
Are you trying to attack me while I have the dagger at your throat still?
No, I'm just rearranging my boys.
Oh, I thought you were attacking. I thought you said...
No. I was literally... I took my hands and
scratched your crotch.
I'm scratching my crotch.
Understood.
And then continue to psychically analyze the disc. Great. An excellent first impression. I will have...
Wait, can I roll a quick perception to see if anybody's giggling?
Yes, you can. You can.
I want to see if anybody enjoyed my antics. 15?
15. You can hear... There's Keno right behind you, but behind Keno is Tamrin. And you can hear from Tamrin's direction like a...
Sounds about right. That sounds absolutely accurate.
Perfect.
It's at that Tamrin is going to sort of cross around in front and sort of mirror Corey and sort of watch you more directly. But you can see even from now, after hearing that, he's got a considerably light expression on his face, given the circumstances. I'm going to have you roll me a... how do I want to do this? I know I've done a psychometry check for you before. So I'm...
Yeah, it was intelligence-based?
Yeah, I think... Roll me D20 plus intelligence and proficiency. That's what we're going to do.
Okay. Alright. What's my proficiency right now? 2? Yeah. 8. Plus 8. 24.
24?
That was a 24. Roll a 16.
Wow, okay.
I'm Batman.
You hold the disc and sort of open your inner third eye and just link to this item.
Mm-hmm.
There's a moment of resistance. Well, not even resistance, but there's a moment where you can feel your own energy, your own psychic trademark, if you will, washing back at you in a way that wouldn't give you any psychometric readings because it's just your own stuff. And that, I think, it causes pause for a second until you are given flashes of images. Four specific things. There is the beautiful cerulean water splashing against a well-stocked and well-built dock, riddled with trading ships. Water glittering in the midday sun. there is a hard cut to an image of a very disturbing image of somebody strapped to a table being cut open in real time. The sound of viscera hitting stone, the smell of that copper tang released into the air with a hot burst. The wisps of a scream somewhere echoing off those same stones. You cut again to a man now in the evening time, standing on a private dock. Large, ornate mansion behind them. Glittering lights of a city in the evening behind that. This man you don't get a clear view of, save for the fact that they are in a beautifully tailored business tunic, navy blue business tunic with a stark white half cloak over their shoulder. Don't get
say it again, please.
They're in a
blue tunic that has what on it?
A stark white half cloak over one shoulder.
Thank you.
The only feature you get on this man themselves is their highly manicured, naturally grayed hair slicked back to the scalp. And the last image is the emblem on the cloak.
Which is?
It is a sailing vessel with a rampant hawk emblazoned on the sails.
All right.
That's all you get.
All right. As I come out of it, it kind of falters in my hand, and I drop the medallion. Take a few deep breaths. I know who's worked with this thing in the past. Yeah, you got the wrong person. I relay what I saw to every detail.
Raiko, arms still crossed. Keno, does this mean anything to you?
No, I don't know who that is, sir. Really, I just no. What about you, Sal? You know who this is? Who you saw?
Do I recognize this person? Recognize anything? I think I have a basic knowledge of, I think, maybe where it is.
I will have actually both of you, Keno included, roll me a history check. Both of you are well-studied scouts.
Scouts?
That's not
the scout regiment.
God damn it! The beast is back again. What did you get, Woods?
I got an 18.
18. Okay, great. So I'm going to say, Keno, you recognize something about the locale, and Sal, you recognize something about the emblem.
Okay.
So, Keno, with a natural 20, you're just racking your brain. I think is it safe to say that you are a fan of the Neversill in general, like the old ways and, you know, allowing elves to be connected to the wider world?
Absolutely.
I'm going to say that you have gone through some of the ancient documents, even dating back to the original Tamsin's time, discussing human settlements and places along the coast and places that elves should check out, shouldn't check out. And in the modern day and age, the description of a bustling port, like a large, bustling, well-docked port, rings only one bell to you. And that is the city called Port Bolton, on the sort of immediate western coast south of Calanthus. I believe, in fact, it's the capital of one of the regions. Let me just...
Thalassa?
Thalassa, there it is. The maritime region. It is the
I got
biggest,
the map right here, bro.
the biggest port city, and the next to Phaleria, I would say the most ostentatiously wealthy city in the entire coalition. It's where all the big nobles want to go. It's where anybody who's looking to let their gold make some extra gold for them on the side is going to go. And it's where if you have money and you don't want to slum it in the capital, you move to Port Bolton. For Sal, that sigil, I think this is, again, probably one of your specialties, is figuring out like calling cards and emblems and knowing what signs mean, right? That feels up your alley.
Yep.
Coalition, they love their ships, right? They love their ship motifs. The Coalition itself, the Vanguard emblem has a ship on it, but specifically the ship with the hawk sails belongs to a very long line of nobles who are pretty focused on making their cash through maritime trade. So it would make sense that these things interlink. This is the emblem of the Pirin family.
Pyrrin.
They date back a long, long time. They have records going back a long, long time, and they're very proud of that. And they made a very public show of moving to Port Bolton over 1,000 years ago. They decided to make it their family holdings, and they're one of the main noble houses there. That I'm not sure. I don't think you immediately know. It's more that it was publicized that this is essentially, with a natural 20 and an 18, they are not officially, but considered the de facto ruling noble house of Port Bolton. They don't hold any actual like political seat there, but not many decisions are made in Port Bolton without the Pirins say so.
Okay.
That's what the pair of you get from it.
I relay that information.
Can we be sure he's telling the truth? And Corey, again, still kneeling down, just looking at you. Sal. Do you mind? She reaches out towards you.
Oh, you don't have much of a choice, don't I? I bring out my hand that hits my crotch with it.
Tamarin, next to her. I mean, you always have a choice. We just might shoot you dead if it's the wrong one.
Thanks.
No problem. Corey takes your hand with one of hers and places her hand over the sigil, over the emblem disc with the other. For a moment, there's nothing. Then her pale blue-gray eyes kind of flash for a moment, and the little hairs all over her body just sort of prickle and stand on end. He isn't lying. Her eyes dart up towards you, Keno. He's telling the truth. It wasn't him.
What did you see?
I don't know. There are elves where they shouldn't be. And they have been hurting.
Or more?
I think so.
Or have been... This is even worse. Good. If there's more, that means they can't keep quiet for long.
She like stumbles backwards and sort of falls onto the grass of the clearing. Raiko grabs her up. You figure out. This plan's on you. You know what? Hang on. Before I say anything else. This plan falls on you, Void, as it has since the beginning. It's your judgment call how you want to proceed with this. Corey needs rest.
Yes.
His eyes fall on you, Sal.
Right.
If you think you're free of suspicion, just because you say you saw something, that might be fine for some of us. But you're going to need to earn anything that resembles trust.
Of course. Sure thing. I definitely want to earn your trust, man who I just met, who's been threatening me this whole time. I'll really put in the work. I appreciate you telling me that. I now know what our relationship is. You hope that there's something there, don't you?
He opens his mouth to speak and just hard heel turns and walks Corey up the Aravel.
I say to nobody in particular as they walk away, I think he likes me.
Tamrin sits down in the grass opposite you. It's kind of like that with everybody at first. I wouldn't take it too personally.
I don't. There's a lot of bad blood between us. Hey, can I get out of these shadow bindings? I swear upon the fucking river that I won't do anything. It's uncomfortable.
Are you sure?
Don't look at me. You're in charge. You heard him.
Wait. I'll let you go. Don't try anything funny.
I'm naturally pretty funny, but I'll try.
I'll let him go.
Okay. Sal, you are unbound from the shadow, and the final ligaments of the ritual circle dissipate like liquid into the grass.
Wow, it's a pretty neat trick.
Of course, we'll remove the dagger from your throat as well.
Appreciated. I think, let me just introduce myself. I feel like we all got off on a wrong foot here. My name's Sal, Salvador, but you can call me Sal. And I was kind of in the middle of something when you grabbed me, but I can't do much about it now, can I? What's your name?
Keno.
Got a last name, Keno.
That's all you need to know.
All right, yeah. I guess I didn't give you mine. And yours?
I'm Tamrin. You can call me Rin.
Rin? Tamrin, all right.
He points at Keno. I'm the younger by 5 minutes.
Oh. Well.
That was Corey. She's the older. And then Raiko. Bundle of laughs, I know. But he is our uncle. Together,
I see.
The three of us and Kalen are Regent Squad Stygian.
Stygian.
Stygian, yeah.
Stygian.
I see now.
Yeah, that's the one. Corey.
All right.
Corey is not part of the squad exactly, but she is very important to us and to the Regents at large, and is a large part of why you are both here now, and why you're then also free here now.
Special. He's always been.
Part of me thinks she probably could have been trained where you were trained, Sal, once upon a time.
Oh, I mean, that place has its good and its bad.
Definitely has its bad. Definitely has its bad, but
I mean, yeah, that's most things on either side of the river. So
true enough.
So you actually left.
Oh, yeah, I did. We were given to be. Truth be told, we were never fully integrated into the Üthevhenan. We were training, and part of that you have to do a certain amount of missions, and the last mission just didn't feel right to us, and some other stuff that's been going on.
What's bad things? What's been going on?
I mean, you're probably plugged in a little bit, but have you heard of all the stuff that's going on in Üthevhenan right now?
Yeah, I thought you meant with the Üthevhenan specifically.
No, but they're intrinsically connected.
Drew, would you... Because there's definitely some you would know. I want to determine how much you would know about it. Would you give me an intelligence saving throw?
Absolutely. 23.
23? Yeah, you... first of all, it's part of the reason that the Dalarai leadership has, not just the regent leadership, but the Nevrasil leadership at large, has been in a number of open-ended, peaceful talks with the Elgaris recently, because the Dream Scar for the last 10, nearly 13 years has become increasingly growingly unstable. It's been cracking open, it's been fracturing some, and over the last couple of years particularly exponentially expanding, and that has freaked leadership out drastically. In addition, there was an event not too long ago, just shortly before Kalen was... No. Shortly after Kalen was kidnapped, where a number of the podborn in the roots of Üthevhenan were... In fact, the whole current generation of podborn were purged in their pods. And it has again further sent Üthevhenan's leadership into a frenzy, trying to figure out what to do to stabilize the Dream Scar, and whether or not it was the Dream Scar that caused that to begin with.
Gotcha.
So yeah, things are not good in the at the Heart Tree at the moment. Sorry, I don't want to overstep my bounds or anything, but I just want to keep things open and honest as much as I can, Sal, if I may call you that.
Sure, go ahead.
We can't exactly just send you back.
Okay, why?
Well, it just isn't gonna work like that. I mean, optics-wise, it wouldn't go well, firstly. And secondly, you just because a vision tells us you could be, free, clear, and honest, doesn't mean that you aren't, I don't want to say valuable prisoner, because that's not the point I'm trying to make, but we're gonna need you to help us see this through.
So it's not that you can't, it's that you won't.
No, it's a little bit of both, right?
Without you, we have nothing.
Üthevhenan is either...
So we can't.
Is being blamed in some part for this, right?
Or somebody's trying to toss the blame up on him. saying they probably deserve a good bit of blame about certain things, but I think that what is it you need me to do? What do you need? What is it I'm here to help you with? Be forced?
Well, again, I'm not trying to do anything by force, but we don't know why this phony disc led us to you in the first place. That's strike one.
And are you not concerned that someone has taken your signature, your psychic signature, and used it to frame you?
Oh no, I am concerned.
Would you not
about
like
that.
to know who's done this? I feel like we could kill two birds with one stone. Finding the cousin and finding your framer.
Let me be clear. I'm kind of, for the last year, I've been kind of go with the flow kind of guy. Like, I almost joined the Copper Legion. I was just about to before you grabbed me. So this isn't necessarily what I want, but call it my bleeding heart. I will help you because I feel like there's some chicanery being done, and I don't think that is appropriate here in Üthevhenan.
That's what we can agree on. Chicanery, not appropriate this time of year. Definitely not.
Mm-hmm. It's almost the holidays, so here we are.
Damn right. And look, without you, we could have just gone on assuming that this was all the fault of Tnelenon, and it was you that made some kind of breakthrough there, so as much as I hate to say it, I think we could benefit far greater here working together on this than separately, but I'm 90% sure Raiko isn't just gonna let that go carte blanche.
Let me worry about Raiko. I can work my charm on him.
Well, that's introductions and such.
You can try.
Oh, I will.
Speaking of which,
just so you know, it was his son who was taken, so it's been really hard.
That's
as well.
I didn't make that connection, so I mean I have a soft spot for people who are taken against their will. Weirdly enough. So I'm happy to help. Nice. It is. That is exactly a tit for tat, isn't it? Well, that being said, I understand that you all have the power in this, and I can't necessarily go running off.
Not a good idea.
I'm completely fine to help you figure out who this jackoff is, who had this medallion, who's framing me and maybe stole your cousin. But I am going to ask a couple things.
Okay.
Keno? All right.
Yes.
First things first. My friend Canisa in there, she can't be tied up like that. She needs to, I can talk to her what's going on. She's going to want to help you as much as I do. Which, I know doesn't seem like a lot, but trust me, if you're going to trust me to do this, you can trust her to do it as well.
I mean, you can take that up with her and with Raiko, really.
All right, well,
It's really up to Raiko.
all right, well, I'll go talk to him in a bit then. Yeah, that's about it.
I mean, I think that's a fair set of asks. Really?
Yeah, really just the one.
I agree.
I think that is balanced enough. If you want, you can go talk to them. I mean, you're just about as free as you're gonna be. I'm not gonna force you to sit here and just shoot the shit with me. Though I am appreciating seeing how the other half lives a little.
Oh, this isn't how the Lancila always are. Let's just say I'm a bad boy.
Sure.
I'm just not the best example of what Tenellinons stands for.
Maybe that's the takeaway from today.
Aye. That was the takeaway for last year of me.
If you stick around, I would not mind sharing a drink with you and swapping a couple stories. No, I'm not, Keno, I'm not trying to step on anybody's toes or, piss anybody off here, but I think we could stand to learn something here.
I agree. I wouldn't. I'm open.
Okay.
But
crack open a bottle and I'm always down for a sip.
Well, if you talk to Raiko and see if you can get him to smooth out his edges a little bit, and then maybe we can talk about opening a nice vintage when you guys get back.
Keno, shall we go talk to your uncle?
let's do it.
Was he like a cool uncle or was he like a mean uncle?
Well, he was cool. Honestly, he was just like my brother until he was a big jokes fan. If you can crack him back open, that'd be awesome. But I feel like losing your son, not knowing where he is for a good while.
Yeah, I'll do it. Sal takes a moment. He hears those words. Takes a moment. Takes a breath. All right, let's go talk to Raiko then.
Okay. So you just head across this clearing, up the ramp onto this Aravel. Again, the Aravel is like about the size of a large pontoon boat in terms of square footage, with this almost arch-shaped, covered main cabin that you can open a door to in the center of the deck, if you will. It's just like a large Oregon Trail wagon with a sail on it that's usually pulled by large elks and not horses. The elks are not in this immediate clearing, but you head up the ramp, you open the door to the cabin, and in this, again, sort of archway-shaped room, you've got a cot sat out there. There were some bedrolls on the outer deck of the Aravel, but one cot in there on which Corey is sat, head in her hands, sipping from a water skin. Raiko is pacing back and forth, and in the back end of the room, still bound on her knees, sort of head down, is Canisa. Sort of wide horns sticking out to the side. She looks up when you guys enter the room. Raiko stops pacing. What is it? Void, anything?
Cool. Yes. So we need these two. We can use Sal to find your son. But he wants Canisa to be taken care of. Can't be bound and hurt or anything.
So you're just saying we relegate all forms of punishment.
Right.
And that's just fine and dandy, then. All sins forgiven, washed clean.
No, but if you could put them on hold for now, at least until we get to the bottom of this.
And would Linsila agents do the same for us? if the shoe was on the other foot? Can you honestly say that?
Yeah.
Speak. Oh. I'm deceased. I am fully deceased.
I'm throwing some balloons up.
Wait, how did you do that?
Hilarious.
I just put.
It's just the peace sign. It's an iOS thing. You can do a thumbs up as well and get a thumb up emoji. There you
Hey,
go.
look at that. That's
If
so
you-
silly.
If you go like this, I think you can get fireworks. Should do it. It's not doing it.
It is not doing it.
It's not doing it.
Somebody clip it. Somebody clip when you're doing that. Looks like you're gobbling up like a large, extra large foot-long sub from Subway.
Oh, guys, we made some Bondi sandwiches with some homemade bread. I mean, this bread was like this fucking big. They were the best fucking sandwiches I've ever had.
Now I'm hungry as
sounds
shit.
right.
God damn it.
I'm hungry as fuck now.
You're welcome, brother. Dropping back in. I raised my hand because he didn't like it when I spoke out of turn. Royko, let me level with you. We're not members of the Lin Sela. Yes, we trained with them and we had almost were inducted fully as members. We, on our last mission, which was a mission to capture your son, we ran away. We gave up that mission. So it seems that either somebody was given that mission and they're trying to frame us still for it, or it's still part of the Tenel Anon who's doing it. So I'm happy to help you on one condition.
Speak.
Canisa is with me.
Canisa looks up again, sort of sits a little straighter.
Whatever sins you're talking about, I doubt she's done them. She's kind of a hard-headed, is the best way to describe it. But if you want me to work with you, I need Canisa to work with me. On that, no more bound. We'll be here, we'll work together, and we'll figure this out. That's my one condition. Or you're just going to have two annoying bodies to cart around, and you better gag me, because I'll just keep talking your ear off until you finally crack a smile.
You have to understand my position. My son is gone. And whether or not you took them, it stinks. It reeks of mental manipulation. All of it. Your psychic stain is everywhere. So I'll be willing to meet you in the middle. Corey here has been quite clear with me that she believes you had nothing to do with it. She believes whatever you saw is right. But I have to go with my gut. And so I'll let your colleague here be unbound. They can walk free amongst the confines of our encampments. But until Kaelin is found, Canisa stays with us.
Yeah, that sounds good to me. I look over towards Canisa.
Cantisa's again bound. They're just nodding vigorously.
Yeah, she's great around camp. If you need firewood, anything like that, she loves that.
She psychic pings you. Shut up. Stop talking.
I just wink at her. I just wink at her.
You can see the vein in her forehead just like... Shut
She's
up.
got the manky vein?
She does, the little like That's how I think of it too every time.
Yeah, it's the Mankey vein. Whenever I see I hear veins in forehead, I think of the primate.
Yeah.
Mankey.
Yep.
The little plus sign that's up there. Fuck.
I'm glad our brains are the same.
Yeah. For years. Raiko just snaps his fingers, and the shadow washes away like a bucket of a pail of water haphazardly dropped on the deck of the Aravel. The shadows dissipate. Okay. And Canisa is freed. She stands up. She's a little too tall for the inside of this Aravel. Little too broad.
How you doing?
Let me out of here. And she just almost brusquely pushes past Raiko, who makes a move to stop her, but doesn't. And she strolls out of the door, just into the open air of the clearing, and you can hear her from even within the cabin go, Corey on the bed. Oh no, please.
Oh, go ahead. I look to Raiko, and it's not lost on me. You meet me in the middle of what that takes. I appreciate it. Truly and deeply. Thank you.
I have to say, you are not what I have come to expect from agents of Linsila.
I hear that one a lot. I heard that when I was there too.
I don't know whether that's to be some providence to be thanked for, or if it's going to end up being a curse of bad luck. But we'll take what we can get for now. Sal, you said your name was?
Wait and see. Salvador Mountebank, at your service.
That's not an elven name.
No, it isn't. I buried my elven side of me when I joined the Linsila.
Interesting. You don't smell like them either.
I don't think I never quite felt right with full-on elf men.
Should have joined the Dalarai, perhaps. Would have saved you a lot of trouble.
Even then, I'm pretty fine. I'm figuring it out, and you don't really feel like I want to be joining anything more. I've already joined too many things.
I know how that feels. There's a burden to be found in that.
Really?
Well, if you'll excuse me, I have some fairly urgent missives to write. He sort of walks back, back behind where Canisa was bound before, on this sort of a little makeshift wooden table that he just... It's almost like it's like a low to the ground table. He takes a small pillow like a zafu and enters like a meditative stance on it, very straight backed, to begin inking these letters. It's at that point that Corey is going to sit up on the bed a little bit. You'll have to forgive my current disposition. I am less than I was, but prone to bouts of physical fluctuation when I tap into whatever it is I tap into. If you give me until the evening, I will have been able to recover enough, hopefully, with a good meal, to be able to inscribe another circle. If you said that this vision, Keno, was set in Port Balton?
Was.
I fear there is no no time to waste beyond that which we must spare. So after rest and a meal, I could get you close to the city at least. If not to the outskirts of the city itself.
Would be forever grateful.
It would be difficult to get you back, however. You would have to find your own way.
You know me. I'll always figure it out.
That I do. Are you handy in the wild, Salvador?
Like the Heart Wilds?
No, just...
Oh, out on mission, you're meaning.
Indeed. Being on the foot without a map to guide you.
Me and a good horse, I can get anywhere in the world.
That is at least somewhat reassuring. Then good, I will maintain myself for the next few hours. I do not know what you wish to do to while away the time, but if perhaps you would be amenable to hunting something for our replenishing our resources and allowing us to eat well this evening, then we will be able to begin our efforts in earnest once the sun sets.
Aye. What do you say, Keno? Little hunt?
I'm in. Let's hunt.
Okay. So, the pair of you set out of the cabin, down the ramp of the Aravel back into the clearing, where you're essentially in the middle of the Heart Wilds. And before we decide where we're going to hunt, I think let's take a little break.
A little break?
A little breaky poo.
Okay.
I'll say here and now, we'll roll up some bean footage and come back in a moment. So don't go anywhere as we go on our first, again, not supernatural coded at all, hunt in the woods.
Hi everybody, welcome to Bards of New York, the live, chaotic, beautiful mess that we all know and love, where we usually, at one point, will play D&D together. We'll be starting to play D&D at some point soon, and then probably stop, then start again, and then stop, and then giggle, and I'll fart a bunch, and then we'll have a good time.
Why even do the stream?
You're hitting the nail too hard on the head, man.
Come for the D&D, but stay for the absolute chaos that is Bards of New York. I love you.
First things first.
I'm the realist.
What can I call you?
I'm
That was subtle.
I heard Lil.
sorry, that's my title. My name.
She said, I'm Lil. It has a very almost like umami. And it's,
Mommy.
Y'all.
It was ubiquitous and it made me upset.
Give me a second, I need to get my story straight. My friends are in the bathroom getting higher than the Empire State. My mother, she's waiting for this.
boom, 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 boom. And you come out.
I am a human woman, I swear. Hello, fellow youths.
Also, there's the whole aspect of that miasma.
You have an inhaler for that.
I used to, as a child, had some asthma, but I've grown out of it since. Miasma.
Yar.
Fuck you.
What's the preferred oil?
It's a oil of my own making. It's very.
Homemade lube!
Well, let me ask you, what is your, This is, you know what? He's Batman now. Because, fuck, Irish. No, great people, sorry. Jesus Christ.
You don't know about your body, do you?
Oh. I mean, I've explored it a few times.
I've makeshifted or found a leather glove. And
Michael Jackson.
shut up.
Powered hee.
Instead of Misty Step, it's Moonwalk.
No attacks of opportunity.
Yeah,
Can Eldritch Blast be cast exclusively by hitting that?
When you catch shielding yourself, it's not a shield. You just kind of lean over like this much. Lil, does that imply there's a big?
Hi.
So you're Lil and you're big.
That is correct.
I'm pussy but dollar signs.
I'm Big Fat Cat.
Y'all should be on my crew.
What is sacred here? What have you made sacred that these are the addendums?
Nothing's more sacred than a good party.
Period.
There was one time where you went down and it was like I felt a ringing in my head or something like that. It was really weird. Someone give me a thesaurus!
Pentagonal. Pentagonal.
How many sides does that thing have? Say that again.
Pentagonal?
Gaggle on these nuts.
There are more songs than you can listen to in a single sitting.
Clearly, you don't know how long I can sit.
Actually, Kyle, I can't sit anywhere.
I have.
Hemorrhoids.
That actually made me feel way better than I expected.
That's what she said.
Someone's here.
Not them coming all the way up the stairs.
On the stair?
He's here.
Delivery drivers never bring it home.
We live on the fourth floor.
Give that man a raise!
Literally.
What did you get that deemed this to happen?
Let's take a quick moment, a little
Yeah.
pit stop for what's in the package.
Shoelaces.
Oh my fucking god! We derailed the stream for shoelaces.
I've been looking for these.
Considerable courage to go on
these
little
aren't
reel.
gonna
I'm
work.
buying one thing and one thing only. A dinky pack of
shoelaces?
I don't
You'll
think
be sending
these
that
are-
to me post haste.
To me, you have always been the brightest star. Been the most powerful star.
My kiss.
End the episode! End it! End it! End it!
That's where we're gonna end!
Thank you so much for watching Bards of New York!
If you'd like to tune in next
thought
week,
we
we'll
were
see what the
done
fuck
for that
happens.
for forever.
So, the mechanic where you make choices as your character that then affects the world at large. To me, there's no better version of that than D&D, where not only do you get to escape to a world and make choices within it as a character entirely your own, that then your own choices are a catalyst for an evolution of the world that evolves with you, but you get to do that with other people. So it's not just a pre-thought out, I'm going to make these choices to make these things happen. It's a group of people, all that you can have banter with and laugh with, but at the end of the day, you are exploring a world for the first time, together as a group, making these little chaotic decisions which bloom across the world, causing it to change with you and grow with you as your characters level up and grow. What brings me back to D&D over and over and over again is like assisting in the growth and the blossoming of a world that will be cultivated by accident through a ragtag group of adventurers' actions.
And we're back. So, we left off with a pair of you just walking right out of the Aravel and down into the clearing where Tamsin, appropriately named, is starting to... No, not sorry. This is what families fucking do, and we all know this.
Exactly.
Tamrin is starting to set up a fire pit and sort of gathering some kindling, stripping some nearby trees. How'd that go?
I just kind of like motion over to Canisa, who just kind of... I'm assuming she's doing the Nick Cage out of jail, like...
She's hitting the Shawshank Redemption, like... and also like a little bit photosynthesizing. You can tell that she has been kept in the dark, like physically bound by shadow, but also kept in dim lit places for a while. So being able to just be in the open air. And as she sort of comes to, she whips around on you, Sal. Ben! How's Ben?
I kind of look around. I like look around at first, being like, "Oh, let's not talk about it in front of people." But I'm just shrugging. He's okay. He has a place here in the Heart Wilds that he's kind of connected to all the tree roots. It's kind of fucked up, actually. That's kind of fucking crazy. But he's good. He's fine. He's safe.
I mean, it sounds kind of like Ben.
Yeah, and when we're done here, we could go find him.
Did I hear right? I have to stay with these people? No offense, but, you know, it's not the freshest taste in my mouth to freely, quote-unquote, choose to hang around my captors. But that seems to be the deal. Yes.
That was the deal. Let's just say your dance card is filled up, and so you're here until we get this job done. And hey, let's be real. Was it worse? Is it any worse than where you were before? Where were you before this?
I mean, better company, maybe. More verbose, as she nods towards Tamrin. I was getting by. I was trying to lie low in the coalition, which is not easy as in Iskari, but we do what we have to do. Didn't manage to do it for very long.
Nope.
What were you doing?
Well, I was in Valyria, joining the Legion.
Okay, so from one group straight into it, is that a loneliness thing or a what?
Let's just say it's my inner want for community and money. So I'm just I can't exist without people around me. I'm pathetic like that.
That's what I always thought. Yep, that's how to describe Sal. Nice and pathetic. Great.
Mm-hmm. No, I just kind of, all being said, I just kind of fell into it, and I thought it'd be a bit of protection, because once you've been inducted, you can be diplomatically immune to so much.
Diplomatic immunity doesn't seem to help from being captured by shadow people. She looks up at you.
No, I was thinking more immune. I mean, yeah, they got me good there.
Yeah,
I was about to be inducted. I kind of like feel for it in like my bag. Do I have my bag on me?
Yeah.
Or do I have nothing? And
no, you have everything.
Pull out my little. my orichalcum. I think it's orichalcum or is it copper?
It's like ancient copper ore. Yeah, the copper alloy from the tomb.
I pull out my little copper piece, and I was about to go and be put in, and then I was hanging out with this farmer dude, and then Keno came and grabbed me. Oh yeah, what was his name?
You don't. There's no way. You would.
On three.
Okay.
Let's say the name on three. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Chubb.
Oh, we're so close. Now, Keno, do you know Chubb?
Do I?
Keno? Roll me.
Does Chubb know everybody?
An intelligence saving throw. Again. Memory check city. First session back in 6 months. Memory check city.
19.
It's the name Chubb doesn't immediately strike a bell, but then you remember. I don't think it's your team that deals with them, but sometimes if you know you're going to be out on a mission, if the regents know they're going to be out on a mission for a while, any team, you can head to the south of the forest to do a little like rendezvous with a small caravan of like fey enchanted goods from this farm that operates down in the desert. And now that you think about it, they're called the Chubbs.
The Chubbs. So I do know this guy.
No, you don't. You're fucking with me, right?
Well, I mean, I personally don't, but we as a people know where to go.
Shit. Okay. They've cornered a market, certainly.
So I was about to go join the Legion, and now I'm here. So
I don't know if I should feel offended that you tried to replace us that quickly, or.
You know, I was actually talking to one of my team members. It's a penguin.
Very funny.
No, it's his name's Bubbles, and he's a penguin, and he can do magic.
Why did I not go where you went?
I mean, afterwards, if you still want to go and do some stuff on your own, I rather had a good time. There was this real fun hippo guy named Harim, and he was like our boss, and he was having us do stuff, and he seemed pretty cool.
Did you just go to the zoo? Penguins and hippos? Like what?
There are a lot of animals in this equation.
There were. I think there was also like a centaur there at one point, but that's all the animals. There was a blue guy named Alewife. I forget. We call him JB. There's a couple of Scary there, actually.
Really? Huh.
Yeah, they were actually down from the Dream Scar, or where the hell it's called, the mountains.
Oh, up by the Gray Lake?
Yeah, like all the way up there.
Okay, I don't know anything about that.
Yeah, it was a good group. They seemed like good people. Oh my God! Do you remember Alice? Salvaron. Do you remember that?
Who are you asking?
I'm asking Canisa. Shit, who's listening? Shit!
All of us.
Canisa goes, Alice, Silver. Alice? Little princess?
The little princess who ate a kid?
I remember Salvador. What happened? Is she not part of the family anymore?
Sorry, I must have forgot that bit. Oops, sorry, Alis.
Tamrin in the clearing is like keyed in.
I don't care.
I know you don't care.
This is dirty laundry.
When Alis finds out.
I was about to say, somewhere in the basement of Great Jones, John is tweaking right now.
Yeah, something about she woke up on the outside of the river and can't cross it. Some crazy shit. I was trying to help her, but she's stuck in her ways.
So Princess ended up in the same spot you did, just by chance.
She did. We walked into this like meeting area and saw each other and went, huh?
And I would say, actually, Keno, I don't know if you've ever interacted with Alis before, but you would have been on retinue any of the times that the Nevrasil leader went into Üthevhenan to have these meetings in the last few years. So I think even you were aware of Alis as well. And hearing that's just another tally mark for you on the list of like, Elven leadership isn't stable.
Yep.
The pair of you ending up at the same place so soon after all this fell through. I don't know. You ever feel like before a really, really bad storm comes in, you can kind of smell it in the air?
Yeah. No, I think that describes it rather poetically.
Yeah. It smells like thunder. For sure.
Thunder indeed.
Anyway, she sort of looks up at you and...
I got Drew with that one.
Yeah.
I feel good about that.
Because I know you did that on purpose.
Uh-huh.
It's tasteless.
Hilarious. Sorry.
She takes a moment before she clasps her hand on your shoulder and mind pinging. You could have chose to let the past be the past and move on. And you didn't. You vouched for me and you spoke for me. And that means more than the house ever did. So thank you, Arelon.
I close my eyes, take a breath, and in her mind, I just say one mind.
She squeezes your shoulder. And then kind of just like steps back and takes some of the beat. So, did I hear right? You gonna go catch us some dinner or something? I'm starving.
Oh yeah, you wanna help Tamlin? It was
You just call me Rin. Rin is fine.
Rin, sorry. Rin, Canisa, Rin. Cantisa's really good at cutting firewood, so get to work.
You gonna trust me with an axe or a sword or something? Yeah, I got you.
Your hands.
Canisa, like at that, she winks at you, but Rin tosses her an axe, which she catches, and as she steps down the Aravel ramp, she like almost Psylocke style just lets the psychic energy imbue into the edge of the axe and just cuts straight through the trunk of a smaller, denser tree. Boom.
I'll let my uncle see that.
You think this will be enough? Rin, standing there, turns around back to you guys on the Aravel.
She's single.
I just kind of look at her, and I just quick ping that question.
If she doesn't give you a mental vocal response, but if she could give you the essence of over the chat, just a vibrant head shake.
I get that, and I look over at Rin and I go, Of course.
You're so dirty.
He like puts his hand over his heart, turns back. Canisa, was it? I think we're going to be fine friends. Let me assist you, though it seems you've got this well handled. He saunters over, and the last thing you see before the pair of you start your own venture into the woods is Cantisa's eyes like smoldering coals burning at you across the clearing. Oh, it's perfect. Absolutely perfect.
We got the fireworks.
Oh man, you sometimes you can't write it, right? Like that's just perfect. So
that was funny. Okay. As they walk away, I just look over to Keno and your brother. Yeah.
Yeah, younger.
Needs to work on his game.
I try.
He
doesn't really seem to listen to me or care. He really goes his own path. He's a special one, that one.
I respect it. Maybe we can make a heartbreaker out of him yet.
Yeah. Don't let that fool you. It's dangerous.
Oh, actually a couple questions. Is he? Oh, what's the word, Woody? I looked it up to remember it. Is he or and also her in the tent? Are they SM? Touched with the third eye.
My sister and my brother.
Yeah, your sister. Are they both?
Would I know this well?
I would say yeah, you would know this. Your brother is same as you.
Yeah.
Corey is a different story and is not yet clear. And that's the only, you know what Corey is capable of, you Drew. So I'm gonna let you spin that however you would like to, given that you, Keno, don't have all the facts.
My brother and I are the same. Nothing really, I'll say he's not special, but not as special as my older sister. I don't quite know exactly what gift or curse, who knows, she was born with, but she's just been able to see things. She gets bouts of visions and is able to get fragments and see parts of the future or the present or the past. Vision. He's just able to divine lots of different things, and I'm not sure what it is. He might know more than me, but I even think he's still learning.
Huh. How old are you? Your sister, your brother?
My brother and I were, I think we're like 57. We're younger elves, like
young
adult. Hold on, let me look at you. Yeah, not super old.
I actually don't see it here. So you tell me.
I wrote it somewhere else.
Did y'all just
7?
Did she just kind of reach maturity, like adulthood, considering within elves?
Oh, I'd say so, yes.
And how long has she had these powers?
Ever since I've known her. She's a good. 8 years.
I'd like to talk to her more about that then. Just curiosity. Interesting.
She's very, very open. You could ask her.
I think I will. When it's appropriate, of course. I don't want to... I understand that I kind of hold my hands like they're shackled under a certain set of rules here, so don't want to push my luck more than I already have.
I understand.
So, shall we go hunting?
Let's do it.
Okay. So, both of you, for very different reasons, are quite familiar with what it is like to hunt and explore within the confines of the Greater Heart Wilds. You've spent a lot of time doing this, again, for very different reasons. So I'll ask the pair of you, A, what kind of game or prey, or not even prey, game or targets you are hunting for in the wilds, and how you are attempting to do this. I'll give you each, just to smooth it out, there are a number of things that you just would both know, like kind of general creatures. That's my game. I'm on that Dan Crackhot grind today. It's my Chipotle that just rolled up to the club. Start thinking and chatting while I buzz them in.
Yeah, we'll take the reins. Keno, just one thing that you notice. We could go for something big. Yeah, I mean, there's those. We could probably find some of those wild elk who pull your wagons. We could nice lean. We could make burgers out of it. But to be honest, I don't eat too much meat nowadays, really at all. So I was going to spend my time looking for mushrooms, but I'm happy to help you hunt for something. It's just something about for me, but
understood. I'm
not hearing the Chipotle guy.
That's hilarious.
What are you saying?
Nothing.
Your
I was just mogging. Yeah. Does
your room smell delicious?
No, I've kept it sealed because I can't tempt. I'm not going to fucking throat goat my burrito on camera. Is what I'm not going to do.
As we're doing it, you're not going to do a full dance?
No, absolutely not. Because I'm not. I don't hate myself or you guys. What are we thinking?
For me, I'm happy to help hunt whatever game, and I have hunted a couple of the elk creatures. I'm more akin to using traps when I've hunted in the Heart Wilds and smaller game, but also I'm very adept, for me, at foraging roots and mushrooms.
Okay, love it. And then Keno?
I also said I would be... we chose to hunt the elk, and I was going to say I'd help you do some foraging as well, but the mode in which I hunt will need to be in darkness.
I mean, thankfully, it's the hours are winding on, and the tree cover is providing a considerable amount of shade to hunt from. So here's what I'll propose. Given what you've just set up for me, how does it sound to go for a two-pronged approach, where Sal's going to start setting some traps on the ground, not only to trap any potential either elk or smaller game that come by, but for the bait set in the trap to lure them in general, while Keno finds a shaded perch or branch to hide in and then strike from once the prey is pinned by the trap. Sound like a plan?
Sounds good to me.
Okay.
Sounds good to me too.
Mechanically, what I think we're going to go for here, as you wend your way into the forest. Now, This is the first time on camera in the campaign that we are heading into the Heart Wilds. So just for a moment of description, it's coming to surprise to neither of your characters today, but the Heart Wilds, the Vensar, is primordial in nature. Those of you who have listened to any of Regulus Evolution or Genesis will already know this, or Genesis I think exclusively. But these trees are ancient. These trees do not die unless they are cut down, and even then they tend to grow back from their roots anyway. And so some of these trees have been around since the dawn of the planet. They are some of the oldest life forms here, and as a result, the forest is always shifting, always moving, and only those who are absolute experts in living in it and tracking through it can find their way in without the woods. Mysteriously, though, any animals that are born and raised here instinctually know how to do this, are able to make their way through these immense trees with ease. The bark of all of these, the trees that comprise the Heart Wild, has taken an almost black-brown quality. It's something akin to like iron bark. It's very, very dark wood. It glints in the moonlight, not the sunlight, notably. And the leaves, of course, are of a verdant, deep emerald green. But there is always, when you're walking through the Heart Wilds, there is always an exterior presence, not just a sense of feeling watched, but a pressure that sets in down from the top of the canopy, trickling down towards you, as if you were in a landscape that you are not meant to walk in without acknowledging. The landscape itself requires acquiescence and acknowledgement for your passage. But again, this comes as a shock to neither of you, and you're able to begin making your way in there. What I will need is either each of you to make a survival check to work towards a group check, or one of you can make a survival check with advantage to begin this.
Hey, what's your survival, Keno?
Uh-oh.
Survival. I have a fat +0, so
good. Naturally.
I have a. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't have to see all of it. I have a +1.
Great.
You want to do a group one?
I think we know what's going to happen here. You're going to roll natural 20 with advantage. Go ahead.
Oh, you want me to? Okay.
All right.
Absolutely.
So Keno is leading the.
If I don't, though.
Yeah. What if you don't? Now it's been called out like
Perfect.
a shot.
Even better. A fucking bear, a dire bear, rolls up on us.
Okay. First one rolled. You don't want to know what it was?
What was it?
A 1.
Great.
Okay. Hey, it can be only up. Only up. Not 20?
You're 20. Yes! I'm not getting you. There's no...
What are the fucking odds? What?
No, but what literally are the odds of that?
I don't know what I was expecting necessarily. It's been too long without you at my table, Drew. Like I've forgotten what it was like.
How's it feel, Will?
Okay. So, with Keno's guidance, because I think, Keno, again, you guys have spent a little more time camped out in this area. This grove is where this clearing rather. No, grove. I like grove better for this. This grove is where you have been camped out since you lost Kalen. You sort of have made camp here. You brought Canisa back to this space. You've now brought Sal back to this space. This is like your base of operations. So you've been scouting through these woods for a while. So you're kind of instructing Sal, okay, you can place a series of traps here, place some sort of pieces of just bait leading to the traps through these trees. They tend to funnel through this way. And I think also that with that 20, you're able to get a perfect vantage point about a third of the way up a tree trunk on a very sturdy branch with some good foliage over top of it. So you're in complete shaded, I don't want to say full darkness, but very, very dim light here in the late afternoon of the wood. Put some rations out, some little field rations. Sal,
Oh.
While this is all going on, if you're doing a little foraging while you wait for your quarry to show up, give me, with the nat 20, I'll have you make a nature check with advantage. As you're sort of just like perusing, sort of looking closely at the roots of all these great trees.
I can do that. With advantage?
Mm-hmm. Because you've got Keno's guidance here.
22.
So, foraging, you find 3 different types of roots and or fungi. Not all of which are edible, but you find 3 different things. You find this, it's like a slightly gray-black fungal root that tends to grow up from the base of a tree, up a little bit of the bark on the trunk. This is called deep root. I think you would know it very, very well because it's a fabulous reagent for poisons. It's a neurotoxin when concentrated.
I pocket those.
But if you shave just some of the top of the fungal caps off of it, it can be a great hallucinogen.
I pocket those.
Shockingly. Okay, so let's say you have 3 or 4 sprigs of deep root fungus. You find a solid collection of like your absolute standard edible toadstool mushrooms.
Yeah.
Along with, what is it, like ramp leaves? You know, just edible bitter foliage and whatnot that are growing sort of alongside these toadstools. And these toadstools, I'm not talking like Yahoo red and white mushrooms, but they're just your basic capped mushrooms that are good in stews and whatnot.
Yeah.
You then also find some vines hanging down from some branches. It's almost, they have like a mossy texture to them, but at the edges of the moss-like fronds, instead of it just being green to white, it's green to a slightly glowing blue. And this is rain fern. It is, you can use it for a lot of things. A skilled alchemist can try and, or can attempt to use this in a brew to concoct something beneficial for mages and spellcasters. But that's not its only use, for sure. And that one, of everything, what did I just, rain vines, they are only found in the Heart Wilds. That's native to the Vensar.
Yeah, and cause we're in the south of the Heart Wilds, right? Yeah. I've mostly spent all my time in the north. So is there like a big difference between the north and the south? I'm assuming there is.
There is a little bit, particularly once you get to the very upper north, closer to where things get out into plains and by the dragon spines. But the general biome of the Heart Wilds, almost all of the root systems in the entire forest end up getting interconnected in some way. So it's not uncommon for some of the flora and to an extent the fauna to be shared amongst the entire forest.
Yeah.
I would say that rain vines are more southern in nature, just given the kind of rainfall that they can get. And the humidity as you approach the desert. Whereas deep root is almost ubiquitous across the whole prime.
Mm-hmm. Neat.
So,
I pocket all those.
Pocket all that. And as you're doing this foraging, not 1, not 2, but 3 of these Vensar elk sort of wend into sight. They are big. There are 2 large and 1 huge elk. They range from sort of grey fur, white fur, and silvery fur. On the 3 of them. Their antlers rather almost reflective, sort of light glittering off them. And again, the pair of you thankfully have spent a lot of time in the wilds and are familiar with these creatures, but anyone any layman, any of the uneducated folk, if you stare too long at these elk's antlers with that light bouncing off of them, you can get hypnotized or otherwise fall under an illusory spell.
Cool.
They are descendants from a long, long line of these forest-dwelling elk that have had a number of magical changes along the way. And that's all I'll say for now.
Once they come into view, I want to proc my psychic whispers.
Mm-hmm.
With Keno.
Speak to me on that.
It's just I roll a psionic energy die for a number of hours equal to, so I'll roll d6 and see how long we have it.
Mm-hmm.
2 hours.
Easy.
Just so I can talk mentally.
Yeah.
With Keno.
I'm gonna. So where? If Keno's up in the branch, right? You're sort of perched there. I imagine because you mostly use melee weapons, yeah. I imagine your goal is to.
I do have a little short bow, but
okay,
it's not the main weapon.
Well, then, what is your plan to snipe these elk once they're trapped, or Assassin's Creed jump down?
I was in the Assassin's Creed jump down that I was planning.
I had a feeling.
I
didn't want to speak for you.
Version.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. So you're perched there. If that's the case for Keno, Sal, are you boots on ground hiding in the roots? Like, what's your take on this?
I think in my head, I see there's like one big tree that the roots are like almost like cliffs that you have to scale. With these big roots, sort of. I'm kind of nestled in a corner. It's not as high as Keno, but I have a vantage.
Great.
And when I proc Psychic Whispers, I say, let me reach out, touch their minds, and figure out which one would be the best kill. Is that all right? Hi, by the way. I can do this every once in a while for a moment. We can probably talk for a couple hours like this.
Yeah, that was crazy. Yeah, that works for me.
Right. So I just kind of want to like open up my mind and just like take in, especially these three beings. And I just want a sense of like, is one sick? Because we probably don't want to eat that. Is one old? Is one young? Are two of them like a mating pair to keep the species healthy? Like, is there a best option between these three? Is kind of what I'm trying to discern.
Yeah.
Do you need me to roll for that? I'm assuming.
I would like you. I was playing a little fast and loose here. If you're trying to sort of like psychically probe these three creatures to lock into them, roll me. I don't know what role it's going to be necessarily, but
I'm happy to do I'm happy to do investigation with my knack.
That's what I was going to say. Whatever you're rolling, you are expending a knack for this. Let's do that.
Yeah, I like that.
Insight with knack.
Not investigation.
Not investigate. You're probing their minds, my brother. No, you're not like.
Okay. I'm not going to argue.
Investigate. You're not Sherlock Holmesing it.
My only thing is fuck rules. But the rules, I'm only allowed to use knacks on things that I'm proficient with.
I'm saying no.
That's why I said that.
Yeah.
Okay. With my knack, that's a 15.
A 15?
15. Rolled a 9, rolled 6 on my knack die.
You sort of let your psychic sense extend beyond you towards these three lumbering giants glittering through the wood. It seems to you, it's perhaps a little obvious, but it seems to you that the two large-sized elk are younger and the huge one is considerably older than the other two. All three healthy. And the only sense you can get with a 15 is that it is the first time the younger two are walking this path. They are being led this way for some reason by the elder one.
I reach out. We shouldn't touch any of these.
Enough.
The big one is teaching. Say if your father took you somewhere to show you something, and that's important, and your father was killed in that, would you ever want to walk down that path again?
You're right.
It is none of their time.
What do you want to do? Wait?
We could wait. We could find some... I think I saw some iguanas coming in. I could go try to grab some of those.
I don't think that will be enough to feed everyone, but...
I agree. I think we wait then. Maybe I can try something. Can I try to reach out and just like expand and see if anything pings back, like thought-wise, other than the ones that I see?
You'd need to spend another knack, but I'll take it.
I mean, what else am I going to use them for?
Sure. I mean, I didn't say you were getting a rest before going to Port Bolton, but...
Well, if we don't, we're fucked, but here I am. I can get one back.
That's great.
I can get one back every short rest. So if we just, as long as I just kind of like get them back, I can get them back.
Yeah.
16 with my knack.
16. You just again touching the large root that you're on, just sort of ang in the swamp. Send this pulse out through the wood, looking for things of a certain size, of a certain psychic weight in the forest. And you know what? Hell yeah. Okay. Only like a handful of things sort of ping back. 2 things off to your southeast that feel sort of that pings smallly. There's not a ton of resonance there. Almost like but they are resonating by happenstance. There's 1 ping off to the west that feels heavy. There's 1 to the northwest that is prickly when it comes back to you. And then 1 almost directly to the north that is, I could only describe as the beefiest and most psychically resonant of the whole bunch.
Ooh. I relay all that and I ask Keno, anything sound good to you? Make your tummy grumble a bit more.
Prickly one sounded fun. But the big psychic energy one sounds like we shouldn't handle it.
Oh yeah, that one could be.
I'm curious to find out what it is.
Yeah. So we're between psychic and prickly.
I think so.
Do you want to leave it up to chance?
Sure.
All right.
Let's flip a coin.
Woody, D6.
Yeah.
Odd. Let's go prickly. Even. Let's go psychic.
Okay.
All right.
That's even. I rolled a 4.
Okay.
Let's
go psychic.
Prickly. Oh, psychic.
That's psychic. That's psychic.
Dead north it is.
All right.
North.
Okay. You pick up the traps, because I'm not going to be cruel to you. You pick up the traps, you pick up the supplies.
Well, I was thinking we could just grab them on the way back. Let the traps sit for a
okay.
bit.
You know what? I'll set aside a D100, just in case. In case you make it.
That's not a bad idea.
You pass by the traps, in that case. And hike north through the, like, fairly bulbous root system for about 15 to 20 minutes. And it's the first sign that the terrain is changing is that you can hear, both of your passive perception is above a 10, yeah?
Yeah.
You can hear, about 20 minutes in, you can start to hear the sound of running water. The sort of foaminess of water hitting water and churning. You push forward a little more, and you can start to see in the dense tree line ahead of you, you can see what is causing that sound. There is something of a small waterfall jettisoning into a large pool, a natural wellspring. And there is something sat in the spring. But to get a clearer vantage point on it, you will need to approach precariously close to the tree line. What do you want to do?
I can do that.
I can too. Stealth up.
Yep.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Both of you, hit me with that stealth check.
Ooh. 16.
Okay.
It's nice being a rogue.
Yeah, I bet.
You roll a 7 and you still get a 7 and you still get a 16.
Plus 9 to stealth. Get out of town.
A 5.
What the hell's going on? Hang on. You said 25?
Oh, wait. 25. But I also get to add my proficiency twice. Hold on. So 34.
Wait, how?
My dark step.
Oh,
what I get at
yeah.
level 3.
Oh, yeah. Let me pull up your subclass again.
What is this? What does the ability look like?
I'm pulling it up. The Boron Nen. Yeah, here we go.
Well, in dark or dim light. Are we in dark or dim light?
You're definitely in dim light. Yep.
Your movement is increased by 10, and you can add your proficiency bonus to stealth checks, even if you are already proficient in stealth.
Yep. I gave this class double expertise in shadow because I like that.
That's fun. So I just gotta turn on the light, and you're fucked.
Yeah. Why do you think I set this campaign in a desert?
That's when it works. It's in.
Let's just do everything in the dark, and we're fine. We can beat anybody.
We're good.
Yeah,
we have people who have magic that can make things dark too. So that's why it's okay, you know.
What's that anime? And they're doing trials, and they go in, and it's they're all fighting each other, one on one. But it's they go into a dark space in this room, and all you hear is the sound of the fight.
It's Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yes.
That I don't remember watching that anime other than that one episode as a kid, but that's lived in my brain of them walking in and you're and a guy walking out.
Yu Yu Hakusho has a phenomenal.
That out of my memory.
That's I think one of the best pre the existence of the Chunin exams. I think one of the best tournament arcs in anime was from Yu Yu Hakusho. They slayed that
because
shit.
It is a tournament anime. It was from that era of tournament animes where DBZ came out of and all of that, where you were basing your story and your plot around tournaments. So that's all Yu Yu Hakusho was. It was the next arc is a kind of tournament that we're building to the final fight with this boss.
Yeah.
But we all have to fight each other in the tournament.
Which, I mean,
fight this boss. You know
Hunter x Hunter is definitely a product of that time as well, because that's kind of all Hunter x Hunter is for the first 2/3. Right. Okay. I can't be sidebar like this because we'll be here for the next 3 hours.
Yes.
16 and a 34, right?
Yeah.
16 and a
35.
You get very low, get to the tree line, and you can see it's this little rocky outcropping in the forest. That there's clearly some bubbling spring of water at the top of the rocky outcropping that's pouring over the top down into the basin. And sitting in the basin, with its head tilted up into the waterfall, the water streaming over its head, is something I can only describe to you like a chimera. It seems to have the body and mane of a lion, the face of a aquatic reptile, like an alligator or a crocodile, and the legs of a deer with antlers that look like prismatic bismuth, like almost like geometric crystalline structures. And it's just sitting there, antlers or deer legs tucked under it, head up into the waterfall, mouth open, with the water streaming over its bismuth antlers, making dazzling light shows as the light in the water refracts off of its horns.
Are we familiar with this species?
Yeah, definitely.
You can roll, for sure. I'll have a nature check from both of you.
Will be
7.
21. Oh, we said that at the same time.
7?
21.
21.
I'm going to say 7, definitely not. 21?
This is a southern being.
Oh, yes, please. It has to be a native to the south.
Yeah, I have to know it if it's in the north.
Nothing this uncultured would ever be in the north. 21. I'm going to say, Keno, this is not something you were familiar with. This is not a species you know, and you've been around these woods a lot. The only thing that you could maybe put your foot on is that this is either something that has been possessed, or this is something that has wandered from the Emerald Warp. I don't know if I've ever said this on stream. Emerald Warp is the Regulus Prime's Feywild, specifically. Because I say Faded Realm, and Faded Realm is green, but Emerald Warp is not the Faded Realm. Emerald Warp is the Feywild. But yeah, those are the things your mind jumps to, because it, in its structure, is not familiar to you with the 21.
I'll mind share that with you, but that's the limited information.
Well, I'm morally okay with making this one food. Say it again?
Same. I'm saying the same. Based in my reasoning is I don't think it really belongs here. Doesn't seem like it does. It seems out of place. I've never seen anything like this.
Yeah. Then how do you want to approach this?
Oh. Sneakily.
Yeah. All right. I'll follow your lead.
You said it's in the middle of the pool.
Yeah.
And is there I'm assuming is there some light pouring into that area, or
the light is mainly the last of the afternoon sunlight coming through the trees. Again, this is in a bit of an actual clearing, so it's hitting the top of the rock pretty cleanly. And because of the water hitting this thing's antlers, it's shedding light like a disco ball a little bit. So it's pretty illuminated in the middle of this clearing. And once you get out of the tree line, I'm going to say it's it's not even, but let's say it's about 15 feet from the tree line into the edge of the pool. Another 10 feet from the edge of the pool into the middle of the pool where this thing is sat. And it's unclear as to how deep or shallow the pool may be.
It's about 25 feet away. Which I could cover in one movement.
It's true.
We both could. Do you want to just surprise it?
I'm not much of a get up close kind of guy, but I'm happy to surprise it with you, yeah.
Okay. Let's do it.
Okay.
I guess we're going to do a surprise attack.
Well, I'm going to have to see if the surprise, given that you have to clear the tree line to get to it, because if you just dash from the tree line, it's going to see you. So I will need one last stealth check from you, sans the darkness bonus. Just a regular stealth roll as you attempt to sneak in between the underbrush of the clearing to get within striking distance of the pool without the creature noticing you.
It's going to be Dirty 20.
Am I rolling that too?
No, because I assume you're staying. What's your range on your psychic disc?
60 feet.
Yeah, so you can launch it as a surprise attack from the tree line without problem.
Sick. Okay, then I'm just gonna pretend that roll never happened.
Nope, you didn't roll stealth. You never ever.
I totally didn't roll a crit fail on stealth.
Oh. There's a world in which Sal is
that would have been hilarious.
Hoisted aloft the antlers. You know what I realized, Woody? We're not going to make this count because it would have been cruel. You should have had the same stats that you had at the end of the Rusted Tomb session.
Oh, I still have them. I have I have 14 HP, and I've used all my knacks now.
Perfect. Okay.
So you took me to rest.
But hypothetically, I still have 8 temp HP from something. It's there.
Fuck it. Sure.
So with that, I'm technically at full.
Oh my god. Okay. So with this stealth, you're able to sort of like just stay low.
22 health points.
Yeah.
You stay down. You're darting from rock to shrub. And again, given that this thing is just basking, just sitting there, it's not paying too much attention to like things at eye level. So you're able to get
that's feeling in a shower.
Yeah,
like when you're just like, oh.
Yeah, getting that hot water running your back. The closer you get, this thing smells acrid. There's a very sharp, acidic smell in the air. And you can see almost flecks of flickering bright green light around the edges of where the different forms meet. But it doesn't seem to be in discomfort. But you're just at the edge of the pool, crouched behind a rock. You've still got Sal and Eyeline. You're charging up the singularity. I'm gonna have each of you roll me your surprise attacks. So roll me those attacks with advantage. You do get sneak attack on that.
$17.
17, great.
Sorry, I gotta have the...
And you are now just, I don't know if it matters at the moment, but you are in full daylight, Keno.
That's fine. 24.
24. Those are both going to hit. Roll me for damage.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. That means I have fucking... Oh yeah. It's been so long.
I'm sorry. I feel bad of what I just did.
No, you don't.
I don't.
Don't lie to me. Don't
lie
3d6 to me.
Guardian.
Oh shit, I'm sorry.
Let me start taking some notes, because this is gonna get into combat. Gonna get into combat and do the flip out.
William, that is, for me, 15 points of damage. Psychic.
Okay. And Keno, what did you get on your attack roll?
I had to... 1 second, I'm sorry, I didn't have my...
How dare you!
Set up. I know, I failed you. Alright, here we go. I'm rolling. 14.
14? Meets it, beats it, baby. Meets it, beats it. So that's gonna hit. Roll me for damage.
Wait, that was the damage.
Oh, because you rolled... I just revealed this thing's armor class in 4K. Okay. Great.
I'll take it.
So it's 14 points of damage. Perfect.
The fireworks again.
That's so
Is it
funny.
2 thumbs up that do it?
It's 2 thumbs up.
Like, both of you do it at the same time.
Okay.
That's fucking great. Okay, so at this moment, you both, again, looking at each other from across the grove. Keno, you nod. Sal, you nod back. Sal, you lob this disc, and as the disc flies across the air, Keno, you whip out behind the rock. What weapons are you using here? Just like a clean, like straight blade short sword. I imagine that your short swords are kind of, instead of your classic or Roman or medieval ones where it's two blades or a double-edged, it's like a single-edged, almost katana-like.
Wakizashi, if you will.
A straight blade wakizashi, specifically.
No curve.
Yeah, no curve, but that edge. Just whipping around straight into this thing's like midsection as you propel yourself off the rock and into the pool. The pool, as your feet touch it, very shallow, it feels like a pool of seltzer. The water feels carbonated and effervescent.
Ew.
You stab this thing into this thing's side and this black-green blood spurts out in a jet as the psychic disc smacks this thing in the head. Yeah, this like weird chromatic scale noise. It just comes out of the sides of its head. Roll initiative.
Fuck.
And for Kyle editing this later, this is a music change.
Back.
What do we get, boys? 20 to 15.
What'd you get, Drew?
19.
19?
Also a 19.
What's your dex? Actually, you know what? This is the one rule from 2024 D&D that I'm going to take. When players tie with other players for initiative, you get to decide on your own factors.
I'm probably just gonna throw another thing. So do you have anything that's contingent on timing?
Nope. I'm just gonna stab again.
All right. Well, I'm gonna.
I barely got much to do.
Sure.
I'm kind of a one-trick pony when it comes to combat. So
you're both rogues.
At least right now until we level up further. Yeah.
How can I get sneak attack, and how can I do that?
Oops, all rogues.
So I'm just I'm gonna go in the order I've got here. It's gonna be Keno, Sal, the Thing. Cool. So Keno, you're up. You are right in this thing's grill. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna stab it, and then I'm gonna get back.
Get out of there!
Great.
Oh, yeah, I gotta get out of there. I can't take too many hits.
Talk to me.
So I'm gonna roll for the. I'm just gonna stab it again with the. That's a natural 20. Oh. The short sword.
Oh, daddy.
So you like take this sword out and just jam it into the same spot. You are hitting that weak point. Just so you know, I think it's the same as we did for the Nightmare Crew. You max damage or max dice roll damage and then roll the damage. Critical hit.
Critical.
Nice.
Killgasm.
Freaking believable.
Kill-tacular.
I should have gotten a prenup.
18 points of damage.
18 total? Okay, perfect. You just stab it again. Again, the chromatic noise.
And then I wanna disengage.
Get out of there
and run away.
Okay, disengage is a bonus. So you stab it in. You then essentially using one foot kick off to pull the blade out, backflip out.
Fuck yes.
How far away are you moving?
I'll move back closer to the edge of the clearing. So just about. What was that?
It's 25 feet total. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just go back to 25 feet. I can.
Great. So you sort of push right back to the edge of the clearing. I imagine you and Sal are maybe only 10 or 15 feet apart when points on the tree line.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Sal, you are up.
In my turn.
bonus action steady aim. And kind of like I always have envisioned steady aim as like I do the head down and my foot kind of twists in the dirt. I don't know why, but that's what happens. And I twist and shoom, with advantage, one attack. Ooh, that hits. I rolled a 17 plus 7.
Yes.
So,
how do you know what its armor class is?
I don't know. Oh, fuck yeah. Oh, fuck yeah, daddy.
Same way we almost knew Woody's bank password. So.
Yeah.
Hey, shut the fuck up. That's going to be...
Almost, we did know.
A 18 points of damage. 18. Thank you very much. Psychic damage.
Great. So you each got the same.
Hey, we did the same amount of damage.
Mm-hmm.
And the same. And the same initiative. That's crazy.
It's like maybe we're brothers.
They're meant for each other. So yeah, you just another disc. This assault continues on the Chimera. This smacks this thing in the chest. Steam kind of ripples out of its ear holes on the side of its reptilian head. It leans its head back as the Chimera begins its turn, and the water starts to boil around its bismuth antlers as it seems to like the steam rises around it. The steam swirls into a little bead in its mouth, and it just shoots this jet of pressurized steam across the area in a 30-foot cone. I need both of you to roll me a dexterity saving throw.
Absolutely. Now, is there anything in my abilities that I have? No, nothing yet. Okay.
Evasion is later.
Evasion's later. Yeah, I was looking for evasion. Oh, God. That's a 14.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
You won't believe this.
No fucking way, Drew. You speak on it.
14?
I did in fact roll another natural.
Smack my ass. Smack my ass.
Fucking wrong.
So,
sorry.
Keno, after backflipping off this thing, darting into the woods, you then hit another clean over the steam jet and just avoid the whole thing. Sal, it's been a tough 24 hours for Sal. Sal gets reamed straight across the chest with pressurized steam. Wow, I rolled so low. Such trash damage. You take 7 points. This thing is really beefing it, but you take... Oh, no, sorry, I got a modifier, right? I rolled 7. Oh. Yeah, you taking...
It's definitely half the health that you have.
10 points of damage. I get to add 3 to that.
Are you okay with yourself?
I got 12 hit points in a dream, baby.
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay.
Just like,
I'm just above half health.
Oh right, I forgot you had that 8 hit temporary.
Yeah, I had that 8. I if I didn't, I would have been 2 points in the dream.
It's gonna it'll sort of turn up towards the waterfall, and with its little deer antlers clamber up the rock like a spider, gets to the top of the waterfall, and at the top of the rock.
Little baby thirsty.
So now it's now what? 30 feet higher than it... No, probably just another 20 feet higher than it was. At the top of the sort of Pride Rock looking structure. Not Pride, but a rock outjutting. We begin round 2 with Keno.
It's 30 feet up, you said?
It's really only 20 feet up now. But you're 25 feet away from the pool, and then 20 feet up from the pool is where it is.
Oh, yeah.
So whatever the C of that, the hypotenuse is.
I remember how to do this math. Ain't scrambling, means round.
I'm gonna...
I can't do discrete maths anymore. That's what? If it's 25 squared plus 20 squared, and then
we're doing the math.
1025. I guess because then you square root it, right? The final answer.
It's a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Yeah.
But then to get what the actual distance of c is, you do like square root of c squared.
Of c squared. Yes.
32 feet on the hypotenuse.
Hey, that's called high school math.
You
went to school.
Well,
it tracks. So let's, for the sake of D&D math, let's call it 25, 20, 30 feet clean on the diagonal.
Dog.
Gotcha.
I like that.
It's looking like a bow action right now. I'm gonna shoot at it.
Wait, I can so clearly picture this fight.
I felt that. I rolled a... I shouldn't be shooting. I rolled a 1. So we're gonna move on.
You shoot me.
Ignore that.
You rolled like a natural one, like a 1 on the die.
You heard that. You heard that correctly.
I get an arrow in my ass.
With everything there is balance.
Roll me the damage. You think you get away with this? You think on your first stream back you get a crit fail and get away with it in combat? Roll me that damage.
No, not necessarily.
Roll me that shit.
The damage is gonna be
a 6.
Damn. It's max. It's 11.
Okay. Well, what I'm gonna do, because I'm not gonna have. Okay. You in the trees. You're like, I've got the shot. You just shoot this arrow. It soars through the air, pings perfectly off of the bismuth antler, and immediately ricochets back, thunking Sal right in the shoulder. I'm gonna roll a d4. So you said it was 11?
Come on, give me the 11.
No. You said it was 11 points, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because of physics, you will take, what is that? 8 points of piercing damage. Roll a 3 on the d4 for momentum reduction for the ricochet, but this ping just hits you square in the musculature of your left shoulder.
I just screamed sorry in my head at you.
I just kind of like look at it and go, oh! And in my head I go, you owe me a drink.
As blood stains your tunic, Sal, you are up. Unless Drew, you're going to move closer.
I will stay where I'm at.
Great. Okay.
That's fine.
Okay. I am going to steady aim. Can't move when I steady aim. And I'm going to do the same ass thing that I'm going to do.
Great.
And hope I'm going to sling my singularity.
Daddy?
19 to hit, Daddy.
That's going to hit.
All right, 3d6. As always, Daddy. Oh, that one went out of the tray. I'll roll it again. Stop going out of tray! Ah, of course. 13. 13 points of damage.
13?
We chef. There it is.
As the second psychic disc hits the tower, the Chimera, it's going to, again, steam just out of the ears. One of the bismuth antlers starts to crack and fall apart. Greenish, brackish blood trickling out of this thing's crocodilian snout.
Good.
It is looking worse for wear, but as it's reeling there, it rears up and is going to leap and charge down at you as it propels itself off the rock, careening straight towards the group of you. I'm gonna roll a d6. If it's even, it's headed towards Sal. If it's odd, it's headed towards Keno.
How much did you lose on a game of chance?
That's a 2, baby.
No!
So this thing, it
Can I help?
leaps
Can I get him
off
out
the
of the way?
rock.
Can I jump in the way?
No, you don't got almighty push right now, bitch.
It like chooses, it falls really into its trajectory, falling towards you, Sal, and the scent of blood. It's just rocketing towards you. Antlers first, really. So it clears the 30 feet, crashing into the tree line. That's going to be a 22 to hit?
Yeah, that's gonna hit me.
Where are my dice, brothers? Where'd my other... Oh, there it is, right in front of me. It's gonna be 19 points of bludgeoning damage.
That is too close to killing me outright.
Oh man. Okay.
If that was 5 more. No, I'm sorry, 6 more.
You'd be dead.
Dead.
How? Oh, because your total
I have
health
4
is...
hit points. My total health's 22.
It was almost, if it's any consolation, it was all 1 point off of being max damage. It was a 9 and a 10 on 2d10s. So
well, as this thing comes like through, I throw it, and then I'm kind of like coming back around, and it's just right there. All you hear in your head, kind of before the connection's cut, is "fuck me," and
thankfully,
and I ragdoll down the hill.
No.
No. But specifically the Skyrim ragdoll, where it's like.
Because this thing leapt at you in its fervor, it's also going to take 3d10 force damage or bludgeoning damage for the fall damage it takes.
I hope it does.
Which is 23 points of bludgeoning damage. So as it hits you...
Did it die?
It crashes into the set of trees you were sort of wedged in between, rips both of its antlers off, and shears part of the side of its face off. Mouth open in the loam of the forest. The Chimera falls with Sal. Steam is...
Well, should I roll a death save?
Keno, what are you doing?
Before he does that, I'm gonna shadow stitch this thing.
Okay.
I'm gonna try.
Okay.
Rise.
I'm gonna tell you right here and right now, your attempt to shadow stitch the Chimera is going to force Sal to make a death save.
Okay.
I got 2 in me.
I don't... Oh, that's fine. Yeah.
So...
I can help you in a second, but...
Sal, roll me this.
I want to see this happen too.
So, you get smashed back by this thing falling on you. Fuck me, before your consciousness starts to fade, as your legs are essentially under the open chin of this Chimera. Keno, as this thing's life starts to ebb, you step into the dim light of the forest, into the tree line, and like... hit your hand signs as your shadow starts to wend out towards this corpse. Roll me a Constitution saving throw.
What a bummer.
Nice. It's gonna be a Constitution 22.
22?
Mm-hmm.
It wends around, circles the body of the Chimera, and this gloaming light pulses around it. And as the light fades back into the tendril, and the tendril snakes back towards you, on the ground where the creature fell, it now casts no shadow. You have successfully stitched and stored your first shade.
Oh, crazy ghost, you think. Now I will help Sal.
Okay. First of all, just a reminder.
Oh, right.
That shade will persist until your next long rest, at which point it will return to God sleep. Sal, As your consciousness is flickering, roll me a death saving throw.
I rolled a 9, so I fail.
Little bit of Sal's blood from the arrow wound trickles into the soil. Keno?
Yeah, I'm gonna help him out.
Okay, give me a medicine check.
It's gonna be a 15.
50. So the
me.
way, I don't know if I've explained this to either of you, the way I like to do medicine checks, if you get from a 10 to a 14, it's essentially a like stabilization but unconscious. 15 to 20, I like to do it because I think it's more fun that way. You're able to essentially like patch the wound up and just like, hey buddy, wake the fuck up. So you really haphazardly patch a couple of these wounds just to staunch the bleeding, and are able to sort of take some herbs from your pouch, some smelling salts, and with a jolt of very pungent scents, Sal, you are back up with a single hit point.
Oh, fuck.
You're right.
Oh. I need a fucking drink.
I'll get you one.
You
you took it out. Oh.
I don't know if I took it out or if the ground did, but
we'll say you did.
Do something.
I'll give you that one.
I'll take it. At this point, I'll take it.
Yeah,
It's
it was
been
just
a long
us two.
fucking day.
I get it.
Do I have any healing abilities? I think I do. That's my
Certainly don't. So I would.
I'm just gonna healing hand myself for 3 points.
Fuck yeah, it's 3 more than you had moments ago.
Just to like stop the actual bleeding.
Yeah, to knit the wounds together themselves.
Yeah.
As you're steadying yourselves,
investigate this creature.
Yeah, absolutely. Roll me that investigation check, baby.
It's gonna be 18.
18. Yeah, this thing is not natural in nature. Not natural in being at all. It's clearly been welded together by either artifice or happenstance. As you can see from all the different joints, from like where its head is connected to the lion body, where the deer legs are connected to the body, where the antlers are connected to the head, they're all starting to vent steam and those bright green sparks in a way that looks like this whole thing is actively coming apart in front of you.
Oh shit.
You have to act quickly to salvage the meat from this thing. There is a lot of meat to salvage should you choose to, but you've got to act fast and well. How are we going about it?
Man, it's like we're in a loan.
Yeah. Well, quickly assess the meat and remove it.
Okay.
Yeah. Survival?
Yeah. Again, you can either each roll one for a group check, or one of you can roll it with advantage.
Want me to do it?
Yep, I have a +0, so you have a 1 at least.
That's fair.
And you have the luck of the die on your side.
The heart of the cards.
What'd you get?
I rolled an 18 and a 19.
That'll do.
So that's
Dirty Tony will get it done.
a
You
dirty
focus
20.
on the bulk of the main body, I think, given that the legs aren't particularly... Maybe you can get a little bit of like venison-esque meat from the deer thighs, but I think you focus a lot on the musculature from the back and the shoulders from the lion body, because the head is not giving you anything. And you're able to get good hunks of meat skinned and removed from this before this whole thing, like the Senator in X-Men 1.
Oh no.
Sort of jellifies before being reduced to steam and slinking back into the pool.
Oh.
I don't like that.
Once it does, the little waterfall slows and stops.
Like the water ends, or it stops in time?
Well, I guess I should have been more specific. The water stops running.
Yeah,
There's it there.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
It like stops pouring from the rock down into the pool. The pool stays there, but just sort of loses a bit of its luster.
Did the water affect me in any way when I touched it?
No.
Okay.
Not then, at least.
Weird.
Have I have I heard of like any like portals to what do you call the Feywild here?
The Emerald Warp.
The Emerald Warp. Like have I ever ran into like a portal to it within the Heartwilds?
I don't know if you've ever ran into one. You've definitely heard about them, for sure.
Okay.
But it is hard to tell these days with the Dream Scar running amok what causes what problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
What are we doing? We taking the meat back to camp? We investigating here more?
I kind of want to investigate this water, but I was dying. So we need to go back.
Oh, I'm fine. I'm just go at it. I'm interested in what this is too. Just let's look around for a second.
Okay.
Please. So what are each of you looking for specifically? What are you in because I don't want to just make you roll rote investigation checks. Like what are you trying to suss out?
I specifically want to figure out where the water source was up top, if I can get up there, and investigate why it stopped, or if I can see like where its source is.
Okay, great.
I want to is where the steam went.
Like into the main pool itself.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, then let me get an investigation check from both of you separately.
Oh, I'm not rolling well today. It's 12.
12? Okay.
14.
14. So for a 12, Sal, as you sort of clamber up that rock at the top, you notice almost like a little blowhole sort of wedged into the rock near the top of the slope. That's clearly where the water was bubbling out from and over the top of the rock. And there's a little bit of moss that's grown around it. Clearly water has been springing out of here for a while, but save from the fact that you just saw the water springing out of there, it doesn't really look like anything other than just a regular divot and crack in the rock now. It's inert. You don't feel any rumblings or bubblings underneath the surface. There's no vibration. Smells a little briny, maybe, but beyond that, nothing out of the ordinary.
That's all. I'm satisfied with my investigation.
Keno, the pool, the basin, now if you touch it, it doesn't do the seltzery carbonated thing anymore. It's just still water, looks like a regular rock pool you'd find anywhere in the middle of the forest that caught some rain. Only thing of note is that the water is warmer than it should be. It's like it's hot bath water.
Oh no.
Weird. And there's nothing underneath the water or anything that I can feel?
Not immediately, no. Again, it looks...
I guess it's shallow. I should be able to see kind of...
It looks like just a craggy, shallow rock pool. It doesn't look like it was feeding anything up to the rock. It's not like a little self-perpetuating fountain. It just seems to be a weirdly warm basin of water.
Oh, love that, but I'm satisfied with my investigation as well.
I just got my ass kicked. I'm like, all right.
Let's go home.
Yeah.
Okay. So you begin the let's call it a 45-minute hike from the fountain clearing back to the Aravel camp. On the way,
our traps.
That's my point exactly. Woody, can you roll me a D100?
D100.
D100.
Yeah, brother. D100 coming up. That's a 3.
A 0-3.
0-0 and a 3.
You get one fat rabbit. The other traps look like they've had the... The other traps have had their bait eaten from them, but the traps themselves didn't go off. There is like a large hair in one of the traps that has been absolutely wrecked by it, but it's edible for sure.
Hell yeah.
We're having rabbit and chimera stew tonight.
Chimera steaks and rabbit stew.
Sorry, I forgot that we were suddenly doing Delicious in Dungeon. But that's the world we're living in now.
Don't give me a hunting episode and a food episode and not have it be a delicious meal.
Nope, you're goddamn right.
Like one of my weird niches of D&D is like, oh, let's go find and forage and make food.
Make food, yeah. I don't
let's
know
spend
how
the
many
next
times you've
hour-
taken the chef feat. Like most of the campaigns I've played with you have taken the chef feat.
Because it's a great feat.
Yeah.
There's a campaign now that I want to play where we just do delicious things. We just go battle and we just go find these.
You
things
make food
and try and make a fun meal out of it.
I think to completely
and what can
sidebar
we
us,
make food out of?
that would be a fun campaign to run using all of the shitty D&D rules like encumbrance and
100%.
all of the survival things. So
Yeah.
you physically had to go get the stuff. All right.
Yeah, because that would create.
It makes
and then
it
create
about-
something too, like something to do.
Yeah. It's like about the survival
hunting
and,
the
food.
gathering and
All right.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, Bard's
That would
next
be actually
campaign.
really
Hang on.
Yes.
Okay.
Save that.
Uh,
It could be a short little fun mini campaign. too. It
easy,
doesn't have to be
like
long.
a 6 session.
Yep.
You guys make it back to the clearing now that nighttime is really properly set in, and you see the fire a good bit before you make your way into the grove. A nice crackling fire has been set up. Looks like Canisa has chopped a couple other smaller trees into these sort of semicircular log benches that she has sat around the fire.
Yeah.
And all four of them are sitting there. Canisa, Raiko, Rin, and now also Corey, who looks a little more rested, a little less blanched after her brief vision with you, Sal. And as you are seen, as the firelight catches the pair of you, Rin stands up. They return! Sal, you should lend us your friends more often. Tisa's been a great help around. Don't call me that. But I do my part. She pings you. Don't you dare, Erlon. Don't you do it.
Fair. Government named me.
Raiko, still surly. What did you catch, Boyd? Anything good?
Good is a term you could use. We found a strange creature, but we did get some salvageable meat. But it was some kind of weird chimera, lion, deer, snake hybrid. I don't know if it was a snake. I think I just made that up, but something like that.
Just in the.
But we have
in the
food.
wilds.
In the wilds, by a pool which was at one point spewing water and then stopped once the chimera was defeated. It also seemed like this chimera was put together with outside influence. I'm not sure.
Raiko looks towards Corey. Back to you. Corey, if you're up for it, tomorrow, whilst they're out and about, we should investigate. To the north, you said?
North.
We'll see what we can find. But as long as you have meat, something to sustain us, then that's all that matters.
You do. I'll bring it out.
Okay. You guys get to chefing. Again, both of you are well schooled in the art of cooking from necessity. And I think you make exactly what we were just discussing. You make some chimera steaks, a little hare and mushroom stew along the side of it.
With some mushrooms in it, yeah?
Yeah, why not?
You can make like a peppercorn mushroom sauce to put on the steaks, like...
You can serve it on a bed of the ramp leaves that you
Yeah,
absolutely.
It is probably just each of you. One of you roll me.
We can fry the deep root and make steak frits.
Just the poisonous deep root.
Oh, you're right. It's poisonous. Oh yeah.
Right. It is poisonous.
Gray black deep root.
You could
is
sprinkle
poisonous.
some of the stuff you shave off the top though, and give some hallucinogenic effects.
Can't do
to
that.
That good seasoning.
Maybe later. Maybe later. Do they have any potatoes?
Raiko sort of grunts and goes up into the back of the Aravel. While he's out of sight, Rin, leaning over, sort of whispers towards you, Sal. I wish you'd met him before all this. He was a more enjoyable, eccentric sort of guy to be around, but you're not seeing him at his best.
I understand. Life can throw you curveballs, and it changes you. I get it.
Potatoes.
Is that a bag of weed?
Will I be...
Oh, okay. From how you were holding it, almost looked like a bag of butts. From this...
It did like, kind of, now that I see this.
Nugs. A fat bag of nugs.
That's like Will your nugs. It's got them right there.
That's really good. No, it's Turkish apricots.
Great. We're making steak and fries and stew.
I need one of you to hit me with a flat intelligence check and one of you to hit me with a charisma check.
Intelligence, I think.
My intelligence is better than my charisma.
Okay, my charisma is +1. My intelligence is a +4.
My intelligence is a +5. My charisma is a +2.
Done. All right. Well, you're cooler than me. I will do the charisma.
Somebody's got intelligence is in charge of the recipe, charisma's in charge of seasoning.
That's an 11 on the seasoning. It's fine.
It's gonna be recipe.
20. Okay, this is like, with the pair of your heads on this is expertly constructed steak and frites on a bed of ramp with like a rabbit mushroom stew on the side, and it is just above bland. Like you legally. Are there any
fruits?
No. Fruits are the kind of thing that if you harvest that, you're eating that the day of. You know.
Right. Just wondering.
At least in this current climb.
Yeah. We just made a delicious meal. I don't care.
Yeah, you simply can't legally call it bland. It is definitely not bland. It's tasty, it's good, it's enriching, but it is not like nobody is writing about this in Regulus Michelin times. Right? Like it's never getting a bad review. Fair. It's not getting a good review either.
We did make this out in the streets, so
yes, you made it from chimera meat and mushrooms and road onions. So it is what it is. As you're all eating, particularly Canisa is like ripping into this. But there's just a moment where the only sound is the sound of the like wood spoons clacking against the stew bowl, the like piecing apart the steak, the sound of eating, the crackling of the wood fire, and the chirping of bugs and other wildlife in the deep heart wilds. And it is, I think, for Keno and your regents, it is the first moment of like internal peace you have allowed yourself since Kalon has been taken. And for you, Sal, other than a brief moment, a couple moments of downtime during the exam, there's a moment where there's no pressure. It's just comrades at camp eating out of enjoyment. And
that's why I take the chef feat.
I can't argue with it.
Boom. That's fair. With it. That's so fair.
As you're eating, Corey runs a hand through her hair. We needed this, I think. She looks towards Raiko. It has been a hard a hard few weeks. But this feels long overdue. I feel confident in my abilities to get you both at least as close as I am able towards Port Bolton. But the phrase goes, the night is always darkest before the dawn. So if you perhaps would like to take as much rest and respite as you can get, and rise an hour or so before the sun, I think that would make for most opportune hunting. Hunting of a different sort, perhaps.
I've had a long fucking day. I'd love a fucking rock to put my head on and a bedroll.
You will do more than sleep on rocks, Salvador, while you're in our company. You will sleep on a bedroll in the Üthevhenan. Under the sails, you will have at least some shelter from the cold night air. Do not think us barbarians simply because we choose to live in the wood.
Oh, I wasn't implying that at all. I appreciate your hospitality, of course.
I appreciate your efforts on our behalf, no matter how we started.
Watch. No need for me to rest.
It'll be a long night and a longer day. Don't overextend yourself now when I need you at your best tomorrow, Keno.
You'll have me at my best. No worries.
On that I will rely. Thank you both. Thank you all, as he looks towards the whole group. If you'll excuse me. He takes another bowl of stew, and he moves back again into the cabin of the Üthevhenan. Yeah, not the bundle of laughs he was. But
he reminds me of my dad.
How so?
He has too much weight on him to live lightly. He's put so much pressure on himself. And I watched my dad fall into that for years. I hope it doesn't happen to him.
Fear it already is. He blames himself for what happened. It's like Ed, but it wasn't his fault. I've been trying to help him see that, but he sees it as a failure on his part. So.
Yeah.
So.
Go ahead.
No, I just... It's a hard line to walk. Gods know I try to walk it. I think it is easy to be eaten by duty. But if you let mirth cover all your bases, if you use mirth as a way to get around your hurting, then nothing gets done. Nothing is accomplished. And I think Uncle Raiko would rather sacrifice his joy than lose his grip on the hope he will see his son return. I don't know which is worse.
I just hope that he can find his joy again someday.
It's funny. The elven word for regents is Boranen. And I guess in common it mostly translates to resentment. But if you really break the word apart, it means lost joy. It's tough. I think some of us believe it. That sacrifice is just part of the territory. But that's what I try and hold on to mine, at least. Day by day.
Aye.
Anyway, thank you both. You know what, Keno? I will take first watch out here. I feel very comfy in this clearing. I can set up nice shop. Tisa and I will have a great go. And Tisa just like smacks him on the back of the head. He careens off the wood bench into the dirt. I probably deserve that. I get Cantisa's just sitting there like nothing happened. Just like dead staring into the wood.
I think you deserved that one, Ren.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But that, I think, is my cue to take first watch. I'm gonna do a circuit.
Right.
Rin is a speech impediment away from being like, "Hello, princess." How would my lovely princess be feeling today?
I notice you there across the campsite.
Honestly,
were you stealing some glances?
That's hilarious.
He sort of stretches out. He goes to give Canisa a wink, but Canisa just like, if she's staring off into the dead, she goes. And he goes, takes another handful of steak frites and does it.
I just like grab his arm as he, and I whisper to him, like, playing hard to get. Don't worry. You're not going easy. You gotta let her come to you.
Canisa again, towards you this time. It bolsters his confidence. He sort of like rolls his shoulders. Loose, keep it loose. And starts doing his rounds. What are you playing at?
Me?
Oh no. The other idiot I was talking. Yeah, you.
Oh, I don't know. Just happy to see you.
Shit. Can't stay mad at you today.
No, you can't. Tomorrow, if I do it again, you can absolutely hit me, but today you can't.
Well, I'm inclined to try and hit you tomorrow anyway, given that you're going to leave me alone here with that for a whole other day, if not longer, given knows how long it's going to take you to get back.
Oh, Tisa, I'm sorry.
Don't. Don't do it.
All right. That was low. I'll give you that.
If it helps, you can always hit him like you've done.
Him? Okay.
Not him.
No, Rin, yeah?
Oh, yes, Rin, yes.
And I'm not going to be branded an enemy of the state because of that. I'm not going to get put back in the caravan.
In fact, I'll speak to my uncle. He knows Rin anyway, but I'll let him know if he sees you in any way, shape, or form assaulting Rin. Just with my permission and with good reason. You have my blessing. He's an idiot. He really is sometimes.
I think we're gonna get along, Keno. That's
You seem pretty cool.
I don't know about cool, but you certainly can keep a cool head, and that's a tall order these days. If you don't mind, I'm gonna take them up on that offer for a bedroll. I have been sleeping bound on my knees for a number of days, and I would like to sprawl. In fact, you know what? She actually goes up, grabs a bedroll, brings it down onto the grass, sort of lies down, tucks herself in it. This is better than hardwood. Tonight, at least. Wake me if you need somebody to take watch, but I would like to nap. She rolls over.
Yeah, she rolls over. It's not. Something that the three of us would do, where it's like you touch the mind to say goodnight, and it's like almost like a good night to the mind. I just do that.
The look.
That's a bad way to show it.
I got you.
It is our mind's touch to say goodnight.
There was a moment in the in Dark Age already where Alis and Sinov just kept the mental chat open for each other and fell asleep with the chat room open in that way. I imagine a similar sentiment, just like I'm here, I've got you, good night. She doesn't respond
Saphira
to
and Aragon.
Yeah, exactly. You can see Canisa take a.
I mean, a lot of this is Aragon coded.
It's okay. That's
fair.
Yeah.
We'd love to hear it.
You can see Canisa take a big breath as she sort of relaxes into it. What are your plans for the evening as you wind down?
Do I have any?
It's okay if not. If you just want to take that long rest, you absolutely can.
I want to do one thing. I have a flask with just a little bit of rum left in it. Are there cups at all, I'm assuming? Or
yeah.
No?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Like little wooden guys?
Exactly.
I just pour a little bit out of my flask, too, and I hand it over to you, Keno. I don't know what the days have for us ahead, and it has been a whirlwind of a day. But after spending some time, I am here. I will work and commit to solving this with you.
Thank you.
And I make this toast as a pledge.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Okay.
Also, sorry for manhandling you on the way here.
It's been a while since I've had strong hands on me in that way, so it's fine.
Glad you can enjoy it.
No, but it's a cool trick. The whole shadow thing.
More than a trick, but thank you.
Yeah. I mean, I got my tricks, so.
Fair.
Okay. As you each find a bedroll, are you both going to sleep on the deck of the Aravel or down in the grass?
I was planning to do the Aravel. Is it warm over there?
It's warmer, for sure.
Yeah, I'll just do the Aravel.
Yeah.
Aravel as well.
So you both find space on the sort of covered deck of the Aravel, tucked into a bedroll. Particularly for Sal, but for both of you, I think it's been a day filled with exertion, and your muscles relax into the bedroll very, very easily, and sleep finds you swiftly and surely. Each of you see a little something during this long rest. Keno, as this shadow you stitched slips back to the god sleep, instead of it just slipping as a shade into the ether, it wrenches your consciousness with it. You are pulled through a dreamlike corridor of foliage and underbrush and darkness, down through roots and pods and openings, until you fall careening into a giant, great gash of emerald light bleeding up through this gnarled network of roots. And as you fall tumbling into this scar, there is a cacophonous scream from this green void up at you. Thousands of voices and animal cries all screaming in chorus before you jolt awake hours later. And for Sal, the first thing you hear is the fluttering of soft wings. Not bird wings or bat wings, but wings made of felt and sinew, rustling against each other as if starting to take flight. There is a horizon, listless and unending, unplaceable to your eye. A sun crests above the horizon, this beautiful, brilliant dawn. And then a second sun. And a third sun alongside it, this triangular 3 perfect, glowing, golden suns. And the second all 3 of them have crested above the horizon, their hue changes from golden yellow to 3 burning, bright green lights, singeing away the horizon until this 3-pronged green shape burnishes in front of you, that wing beat changing from a rustle to a giant, almost felted flap. And that is where we will end part 1 of Carry On My Üthevhenan Sons. You will each take a long rest as you rise before the dawn tomorrow. And I'm fucking stoked! Oh my god, what a treat this has been. What a fucking treat.
So much fun.
And I am back in my pool, floating in the water.
God damn right. Oh man, now that we figured this out, we might be able to do some more of this. But
yeah,
for the folks at home, happy holidays. This was the first of a little Christmas treat to you guys.
Yeah. If it's coming out for Christmas, well, hopefully.
Yeah, either it's going to be then, or it'll be shortly after that, like a New Year's gift, something like that.
A post Christmas gift.
You'll know like that, when it happens because we'll tell you.
Boxing Day gift.
Yeah, sure. However, this is just part 1 of that. Hopefully there'll be another segment of it, and then if we can do more, we will do more, because I have really enjoyed getting back into the saddle with the pair of you, and would love to play with you as much as possible while we can. But for now, cheers, thank you so much for watching or listening wherever you are, and we'll see you guys soon. Bye! See ya!